if you dig a tunnel in the earth like this, and if you release a particle at the point P.
For Pascal series, electron drops in third orbit, right? Lyman, Balmer, Pascal.
1 by E. Yes. So finally we get how much? E cancel. So 45 times E minus 1.
So hi students, my name is Pratik Garg, and here I am to provide you the solution of physics section of this paper. Let us see the first question. In this question, it is given that kinetic energy of a body becomes 4 times of its initial kinetic energy. Then what is the percentage change in the linear momentum? Now, very easy question. So basically, we can say that, let us say there was a body which had a kinetic energy of k naught, and its linear momentum was p naught. And finally, the kinetic energy has become 4k naught. So let us say the final momentum becomes p final. Now, there is a relation between the linear momentum and kinetic energy, which is momentum is equals to twice into the mass of the object into its kinetic energy and whole under root. So if you apply this formula for the initial situation, so P naught will become under root of 2m k naught. Similarly, if we apply the same formula for the final situation, so P final will become under root of 2m into 4k naught, which means if you take this 4 outside the root, then this will become 2 under root of 2m k naught. And if you notice, this was the initial momentum. Hence, we can say that the momentum has doubled, which means change in the momentum will be 2p naught minus p naught, which is equals to p naught. And the percentage change, if you want to find, so that will be the change in the momentum divided by the initial value into 100. So the change in the momentum is p naught, and the initial value was also p naught. And if you multiply this by 100, you will get this as 100%. So option A should be the correct answer for this question. Let us look at the next question. Here, there's a boy who reaches the airport and finds that escalator is not working. He walks up the stationary escalator in time t1. Now, when he remains stationary but the escalator is moving, then the time taken to reach up is t2. Now we have to find the time taken by him when he is walking as well as escalator is also moving. So let's try to understand what is happening in the question. Let's say that this is the ground floor and this is the the first floor. So this is the distance L which needs to be traveled. Now in the first scenario, when the escalator is not working and only boy is moving, so the time taken is t1. Hence we can say that total distance L upon total speed of the boy, which let us say is vb. Vb is the speed of the boy. That will be equals to t1. Distance upon speed is time. In the second case, when the boy is not moving but only the escalator is moving, so we can say that L upon speed of escalator, that will be equals to t2. All right. Now, in the third case, when boy is also moving as well as escalator is also moving, so the total speed of the boy in the ground frame will be the speed of the boy plus speed of the escalator. You can think like, suppose if boy moves 2 meters on the escalator as well as escalator moves 1 meter, so the total displacement of the boy will be 2 plus 1, which is 3. So let us say in this situation, when both of the boy as well as escalator is moving, the time taken is t. So we can again say that total distance L upon total speed, which is speed of the boy plus escalator, that should be equals to t. Now very easily we can put the value of Vb from the first equation. So if you put the value of Vb, it will be L by t1. Value of Ve will be L by t2, and this will be equals to t. So from here L gets cancelled, and we get this as 1 by t1 plus 1 by t2. Hence t will be equals to t1 t2 divided by t1 plus t2. So option C must be the correct answer for this question. Okay, let's look at the next question. Here we have an LCR circuit in which resistance is 100 ohms, L is 0.5 millihenry, and capacitance is 0.1 picofarad, which is connected to a supply of 220 volts 50 hertz, and we have to find the phase angle between the current and the supplied voltage. So if you draw the circuit, it is an LCR circuit, and if you find the capacitive reactance XC, so we know that XC is given by 1 by omega C. Frequency of the source is 50 hertz, which means omega will be 2 pi into f. Hence, this omega becomes 100 pi. So XC is 1 by omega C, which means this is can be written as 100 pi into capacitance, which is 0.1 picofarad. Pico is 10 to the power minus 12. So how much this become? This becomes 10. So 10 to the power 11 upon pi. Okay, ohms. So this is the value of XC, which you can see is very, very high. If you see XL, so XL we know is omega L. Omega is again 100 pi. And if you multiply this by L, which is 0.5 millihenry, so 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So how much will this become? This will become, I guess, 0.05 ohms. Okay. Now we know that tan phi, which is the phase angle. Now predominantly this circuit will be a capacitive circuit because XC is humongously larger than XL. You can see that XC is very, very large than XL. So we can say that it's predominantly a capacitive circuit, and phi is the phase of current minus phase of voltage. So tan phi can be written as XC minus XL by R. Okay, I'm writing this as XC minus XL by R because I am assuming the phase of current to be more than phase of the voltage, which of course will be the case because XC is more than XL. Now if you look the value of XC, it is very, very high in comparison to XL, and you can totally ignore this XL in front of XC. So you can write this as XC by R approximately, and also R is 100. So if you put the value of XC, it is 10 to the power 11 upon pi, and R is 100. So still you can see that this value is very, very high. That means tan phi will be it's a very, very high value, 10 to the power 9 upon pi, which effectively means that phi will be a angle close to 90 degree, because you know that tan 90 is not defined, it is infinity. So tan 90 is not defined, but it's a very, very high value. So phi will be very, very close to 90 degree. Hence we conclude that the phase angle will be like very, very close to 90 degree, and the circuit is predominantly a capacitive circuit. So option D is the correct answer for this question. Let us move to the next question. Here a body rolls down an inclined plane without slipping. So kinetic energy of rotation is 50% of the translational kinetic energy. So we have to identify the body. So if you see, so let us say the center of mass has a speed vc and omega is the angular velocity of body. So we know that rotational kinetic energy is half ic omega square, and translational kinetic energy of the body is half mvc square. Now according to the given situation, k rotational is half of k translational, which means that half ic omega square is equals to half of k translational, which is half mvc square. So if you look from here, this half and half will get cancelled. Notice that under the condition of pure rolling, we can write vc is equals to r omega. So vc will be is equals to r omega. So if I put this value of vc as r omega here, so this will become r square omega square, and that is equals to ic omega square. Omega square gets cancelled, hence ic becomes half mr square. Now the moment of inertia about center of mass equals to half mr square. So of course this has to be a solid cylinder. For solid sphere it is 2 by 5 mr square. For hollow cylinder it is 1 mr square, that means simply mr square. And for ring also it is mr square. So amongst the given options, solid cylinder is the given answer. Let us see this question. Here two small drops of mercury, each of radius r, coalesce to form a single large drop. So we have to find the ratio of total surface energy before and after the change. So basically, let's say that we have got two small drops of radius r of mercury, and they combine to become a large drop of radius r dash. Okay. Now, first we can conserve the volume because total volume will remain constant. So volume of the one small ball was 4 by 3 pi r cube, and we have got two such balls. That will be the volume of the bigger ball. So 4 by 3 pi r dash cube. From here 4 by 3 pi will get cancelled, and we get 2 r cube as r dash cube, which means r dash will be simply 2 to the power 1 by 3 into r. Now we write the initial surface energy. Since these are drops, so they will have only one free surface. If they were a bubble, then we would have gotten two free surfaces for each bubble. But for each drop, we will have one free surface. So initial surface energy will be 4 pi r square into the surface tension. Let's say surface tension is S. This is the surface energy of one drop, and we have two such drops, so we have to multiply this by 2. Final surface energy of the bigger drop is again 4 pi r square, or in fact 4 pi r dash square into surface tension. Okay, so we have to find the ratio of surface energy before and after. That means we have to find the ratio of u1 and u2. So if you do the ratio of u1 and u2, you can very well see that 4 pi into s will get cancelled. You will be left with the 2r square upon r dash square. Now the value of r dash can be put from here. So if you square r dash, you will get 2 to the power 2 by 3 into r square. So from here r square will get cancelled, and we will be left with 2 to the power 1 by 3 is to 1, which means option A is the correct answer for this question. Okay. The speed of the light in the media m1 and m2 are 1.5 into 10 to the power 8 and 2 into 10 to the power 8 respectively. A ray of light enters from medium m1 to m2 at an incidence angle I. The ray suffers total internal reflection. Then we have to comment upon the value of I. Now we know that for any medium, the refractive index is simply the speed of the light in vacuum divided by the speed of the light in that medium. Hence, speed of the light in vacuum is 3 into 10 to the power 8, and speed of the light in this given medium m1 is 1.5 into 10 to the power 8, which means that mu1 becomes 2. Similarly, if you find the value of mu2, so you will have 3 into 10 to the power 8 divided by 2 into 10 to the power 8. So this becomes 1.5. So mu1 and mu2 becomes 1.5. Now you have this, let us say, refracting boundary, and this medium was m1 and this medium was m2. Let us say ray is coming like this at an angle of I. So if it suffers total internal reflection, so for TIR to happen, there are two conditions. Ray must be going from denser to rarer medium, and angle of incidence must be more than critical angle. So here we can see that ray was actually going from m1 to m2, which means it was going from refractive index of 2 in refractive index of 1.5, which means the ray was actually going from denser to rarer medium. So first condition is automatically satisfied, and second condition needs to be satisfied. So if you find the critical angle over here, so we know that theta critical is for a given pair of media is defined as sine inverse of a smaller refractive index upon larger refractive index. That means theta critical is simply sine inverse of 1.5 by 2, which is 3 by 4. Hence we can say that the angle of incidence must have been greater than critical angle. So I must be greater than sine inverse 3 by 4. So option C must be correct answer for this question. Okay. Let us look at the next question. Consider the sample of oxygen behaving like an ideal gas. At 300 Kelvin, the ratio of RMS speed of to the average speed of the gas molecule. A very easy question. We know that RMS speed of a gas molecule is given by under root of 3 RT by m naught, where T is the temperature in Kelvin and m naught is the molar weight. Similarly, average speed is given by 8 RT by pi m naught. So we just have to take the ratio of RMS to average. So if you take the ratio of RMS to average, so you can see that RT by m naught will get cancelled because it is appearing in both the relations. We will be left with root of 3 upon root of 8 by pi, which means that this becomes 3 pi by 8. So which means option B must be the correct answer for this question. Okay, let's look at this question. If the angular velocity of the Earth's spin is increased such that the body is at a equator starts floating, the duration of each day would be approximately. It's a very famous question. So we know that if this is an equator, and suppose if you choose any point P at a latitude of phi, so gravity at the point P is given as gravity without rotation minus omega square r cos square phi. This is the gravity at the point P, is the gravity taking into the effects of rotational motion of the Earth. So if you explicitly talk about the gravity at the equator, so we can say that gravity at the equator, phi will become 0 for equator. So this becomes omega square r, and cos phi will become 1. For equator, we can say that phi is 0. So cos phi will become 1. Okay. Now what you have to do? We want the persons to float on the equator, which essentially means that gravity should become 0, so that persons start feeling uh, weightless. So basically gravity at the equator should become 0, which means that g should become equals to omega square r. Hence omega becomes under root of g by r. Okay. Now if you see, the time period is nothing but 2 pi by omega. Time period of rotation is equals to 2 pi upon angular velocity of rotation. So that means this becomes 2 pi r by g. Let's put the values. So 2 into 3.14 into radius of Earth is 6400 into 10 to the power 3, divide by g, which is 10. Notice that this g is without the rotation of the Earth. That means if the rotational effects were not considered. Now from the root we can see that 64 will come out as 8 and 10,000 will come out as at 100. So these many seconds, this answer will be in seconds. To convert this answer in the minutes, we can simply say that we have to divide this by 60. When we divide this by 60, this value comes out very close to 84 minutes. It's a very famous expression and very famous question actually. So you can see that this will come out to be 84 minutes. I will recommend all of you to remember this value because this is a very famous question. If you dig a tunnel in the Earth like this, and if you release a particle at the point P, then it will perform simple harmonic motion up down, and the time period of the oscillation again comes out to be same value. So let us move to the next question. Time taken for magnetic energy to reach 25% of its maximum value in a solenoid of resistance R and inductance L, which is connected to a battery. So we can treat this as LR circuit, wherein the solenoid has inductance L and the same solenoid has resistance R. And let us say it is connected to a battery of V0. We know that in such a situation, the current I is a growing function of time, and this current can be written as I is equals to I max into 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau, where tau is the time constant, whose value is given by L by R for the LR circuit. Notice that maximum energy will come when the current will reach its maximum value, which is I max. At that instant, the energy in the inductor will become maximum because energy is given by half Li square. So the moment the current becomes maximum, the energy will also be maximum, which means maximum magnetic energy simply can be written as half into L into I max square. Now we want to find the time at which the energy was half of, energy was 25%. That means 1 by 4th of this value, which clearly means that current must have been half of the maximum. Basically, you can say that U was U max by 2, U max by 4. So we have to find the time when the magnetic energy was U max by 4. So if you put U as U max by 4, that means we can say that, let's say U value is half Li square. So this is U, which is half Li square. And if you put the value of U max here, so U max is half into L into I max square, which is half Li square. So from here you can see that I is nothing but I max by 2, which we could have directly said, because if the current is half of the maximum value, then energy will be 1 by 4th of its maximum value, because energy is proportional to I square. Now all we need to do is that put here in this current time function, we have to put I value. So put I equals to I max by 2. That will be is equals to I max into 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau. I max gets cancelled. Half will be is equals to 1 minus e to the power minus t by tau, which means e to the power minus t by tau becomes half. If you take ln on both the sides, then we get minus t by tau is equals to ln half. Ln half can be written as minus ln 2, which means t is equals to tau ln 2. And if you put the value of tau as L by R, so option A becomes the correct answer. T will be L by R ln 2. Let's move ahead to the next question. An object of mass m1 collides elastically with another object of mass m2, which is at rest. After the collision, the object moves with equal speed in the opposite direction. The ratio of m2 to m1. So in here, let's say this is an object of mass m1, which was moving at an initial speed of u1, and m2 was at rest. Now after the collision, what happens? M1, let's say it moves back at the speed v, and M2 moves forward with the same speed v as given in the question. Now since the collision is elastic, so we can say that restitution will be 1, and restitution is defined as velocity of separation divided by velocity of approach. Clearly you can see that after the collision, the velocity of separation is 2v, because they are going away from each other at the rate of 2v, because if both of them are moving at v from away from each other, then the separation will increase at the rate of 2v. So basically this is the velocity of separation divided by velocity of approach is nothing but u1, because m2 was at rest and m1 was approaching at the rate of u1. So from here we can say that 2v becomes u1. Again, by momentum conservation, we can say that initial momentum, which is m1 u1, that should be is equals to final momentum. Final momentum of m1 is minus m1b, because it is moving in the left direction, and for the m2 it is m2 into v. So from here we can put the value of u1 as 2v. So if you put the value of v1 as 2v, and from here you can see that v will be m2 minus v into m2 minus m1 will be RHS. V gets cancelled and you get 3m1 is equals to m2, which means m2 by m1 will be is equals to 3. So option A will be the correct answer for this question. Let's look at the next question. This is a potentiometer question. In here, what is happening? Just let me make a copy of this question, because yeah. So if you see what is happening in this question, in the given potentiometer, the circuit arrangement, the balancing length AC is 250 centimeters under the given situation. When the galvanometer is shifted to point 2, that means this point, then the balancing length becomes 400 centimeters. Then we have to find the ratio of E1 and E2. If you notice very carefully, right now the E2 is out of the circuit. There is no role of E2 right now. So I will remove it, because it will become a clean circuit for you to assess. Now you can very well see that the balancing length right now is this, which is AC, which is 250 centimeters. So using the concept of potentiometer, we can write that this E1, which is the cell in the secondary circuit, E1, which will be is equals to balancing length L1 into the potential gradient. So I hope you know this, what lambda means. Lambda is the potential gradient. That means potential drop per unit length across the potentiometer wire, where L1 is 250 centimeters. So you can put this as 250 in centimeters, and that this will be E1. Now, if you look at this again, so now this point 1 was shifted to point 2. That means this circuit will actually look like this circuit. So if you again see, the effective cell in the secondary circuit becomes E1 plus E2, and the balancing length actually becomes 400 centimeters. So we can say that E1 plus E2, which is the total balancing cell, that will be equals to lambda into 400 centimeters. Hence, now we can solve our question, because E1 plus E2 is 400 into lambda and E1 is 250 into lambda. So I'll rewrite that E1 value here, 250 lambda. If you divide equation 2 by equation 1, so we will get 1 plus E2 by E1. That should be is equals to, lambda will get cancelled and we will get 40 upon 25. So 5 into 5 and 5 into 8. So from here E2 by E1 becomes 3 by 5. So E1 by E2, which is what we have to find, will be 5 by 3. Let's look at the next question. An electron moving with the speed v and a photon moving with the speed c has same de Broglie wavelength. The ratio of the kinetic energy of the electron to that of photon is. So what is the kinetic energy of the electron? Kinetic energy of the electron is half m v square. Okay. And what is the kinetic energy of the photon? So kinetic energy of the photon is E is equals to hc by lambda. Correct. Now if you say we can say that the we have to find the ratio of the kinetic energy of the electron to that of photon. That means we have to find k by E. Okay. One more thing is given to us, that lambda is same for both of them. That means, sorry, de Broglie, yes, de Broglie wavelength is same for both of them. That means lambda is same for both of them. Okay. So which means that what will be the de Broglie wavelength of the electron? So for the electron, the de Broglie wavelength is given lambda equals to h upon mv. This is the de Broglie wavelength of the electron. Okay. And this mv becomes the linear momentum. So mv is the linear momentum, and if mv is the linear momentum, so what we can do here, this can be written as h upon p, where p is the momentum of the electron, and you know that there is a relation between the momentum and the kinetic energy, which is p is equals to root 2 mk. Root 2 mk. Okay. That means we can write this as under root 2m into kinetic energy. Right. Now what we will do, so for the electron, if you see, we can find the value of k from here. Okay, we can find the value of k from here for the electron. So it will be, if you see, root k will be how much? Root k will be is equals to h upon root 2m into lambda. See, I have just brought root k on the LHS and lambda on the RHS. Okay. And the energy of the photon was hsc by lambda. So k represents the kinetic energy of the electron and E represents the kinetic energy of the photon. So right now if I take the ratio, I get root k by E, which is equals to h by lambda will get cancelled. So it will be root 2m into c. If you see, h by lambda gets cancelled and I get 1 by root 2m into c. But this is the value of root k by E, whereas I have to find the value of k by E. So what I will do, I will multiply this equation by root k on both the sides. So if I multiply this by root k on both the sides, so this becomes like this, and k value I'll put from here again. So LHS becomes k by E, and RHS, if you see, root k will be root m by root 2 into v. So question is over. Root m gets cancelled. Root 2 into root 2 will become 2. So this becomes v by 2c. So option C will be the correct answer for this question. Okay. Let's move to the next one. The Young's modulus of a rubber string is 8 centimeter long and the density is 1.5 kg per meter cube. And Young's modulus of the rubber string is this. The length is 8 centimeter long and density is this. It is suspended from a ceiling in a room. So we have to find the increase of the rubber band due to its own weight. Now this is a very famous question because we know that when a rod or a string is hung, then it gets elongated due to its own weight. And in such a scenario, we can assume the tension acting at the center. So let's say the tension acting at the center is Tc to be the average tension in the whole rod. So that is the average value of the tension in the whole rod. This is a very famous standard expression. So you might be knowing about that. So tension in the at the center can be taken as the tension in the whole rod for finding the elongation. Now notice that tension at the center will be the half of the weight of the whole rod or the whole string. Reason is that tension at the center is just going to balance the weight of this bottom part, which is the half of the rod or the string. So tension at the center is half of this. Tension at the center is half of the total weight, which is mg by 2. So we can write that Tc is equals to mg by 2. And as I said, the this can be taken as the total average tension in the whole rod for the for writing the stress to calculate the elongation in the whole rod. So we can say that tension at the center that divided by the cross sectional area that becomes the average stress in the whole rod, and that will be equals to Young's modulus into delta L by L. Hence from here delta L can be written as Tc into L upon A into Y. Now from here we can find the value of delta L. So Tc will be mg by 2. Now what is the value of m? So m is the cross sectional area into the length. M can be written as cross sectional area into length. This becomes the volume. Volume into density. Volume into density becomes the mass. So this becomes the mass of the rod into gravity into the length upon 2ay. So a gets cancelled and we have to put the value of rho g into L square upon 2y. Now we can put the values. Rho is 1.5, gravity is 10, length is 8 centimeter, that means 0.08 into 0.08 divided by 2 into Young's modulus. Young's modulus is 5 into 10 to the power 8. Now you don't need to do exact calculation here, just look at the 10 to the power. So you can see 10 to the power 8 is in the denominator, and then there are so many decimals in the numerator also. So if you just calculate, just check by the 10 to the power only, you will reach the answer that will be option B, because others have very less 10 to the power. So you don't need to do the exact calculation. By the smart analysis you can figure out that option B should be correct. Okay. If lambda 1 and lambda 2 are the wavelength of third member of Lyman and first member of the Paschen series, then the value of lambda 1 to lambda 2. So what is the third member of Lyman? So third member of Lyman will be when electron jumps from n equals to 4 to n equals to 1. This is the third member of Lyman. So in this scenario, 1 by lambda 1 can be written as rz square into 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 4 square. Here r is the Rydberg's constant. Similarly, for the this first member of Paschen series, jumping will happen from n equals to 4 to n equals to 3. This is the first member of Paschen. And this was third Lyman member. Okay. So in this case, the wavelength of the released photon is lambda 2. That will be rz square into 1 by 3 square minus 1 by 4 square. Now we can just take the ratio. So 1 by lambda 1 upon 1 by lambda 2. If you divide equation 1 by equation 2, you will be getting lambda 2 by lambda 1. Rz square will get cancelled. This will be 1 minus 1 by 16. So that means like this. And this will be 1 by 9 minus 1 by 16. So here lambda 1 by lambda 2 becomes 15 by 16 divided by 16 minus 9. That means 7 upon 9 into 16. So this becomes 15 into 9 upon 7. So we can say that lambda 2 by lambda 1 becomes 7 upon 135. Okay. A particle is moving with a uniform speed along the circumference of a circle of radius r under the action of a central force F, which is inversely proportional to r cube. Time period of the revolution will be given by. So we can say that suppose there is a particle P which is moving in a circle of radius r, and the force F is acting towards the center and this F is inversely proportional to R cube. So we can say that F will be some proportionality constant lambda upon R cube. Now this force will also provide the required centripetal force. So we can say that this can be written as, force will be written as mv square by R. So from here you can see that lambda by R square will be is equals to mv square, which means that V will be lambda upon m under root into 1 by R. Now the time period of the revolution is simply the total distance, which is 2 pi R upon speed. So you can very well see that this will be proportional to R square. Let's look at this question. Consider the combination of two capacitors C1 and C2 with C2 more than C1 connected in parallel and equivalent capacitance. When connected in parallel, the equivalent capacitance is 15 by 4 times the equivalent capacitance of the same connected in series. So you have to find the ratio of C2 by C1. So we know that when connected in parallel, the capacitance simply gets added up. So C1 plus C2 is the equivalent capacitance in parallel. According to given situation, that is 15 by 4 times when connected in series. So in series, the capacitance will be C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. If you bring 4 C1, if you bring 4 and C1 plus C2 on the LHS, this becomes 4 into C1 plus C2 whole square. That will be 15 C1 C2. So from here it will be 4 C1 square plus 4 C2 square plus 4 to the 8 C1 C2. That will be 15 C1 C2. So this becomes 4 C1 square plus 4 C2 square minus 7 C1 C2 equals to 0. If you divide the whole equation by C1 square, then we will get 4 plus 4 C2 by C1 square minus 7 into C2 by C1. Let C2 by C1 is equals to some constant x. Sorry, let C2 by C1 equals to some variable x. So we can say that 4 plus 4x square minus 7x is equals to 0, which is a quadratic equation. So let's try to find the roots of this equation. So it will be minus b plus minus under root of b square minus 4ac. So that means 64 upon 2a. Clearly the discriminant is negative, hence no solution of x is possible. That means the given situation is not possible. The given data is simply not possible. So we can say that option D will be the correct answer for this question. Two identical metal wires of thermal conductivity K1 and K2 are respectively connected in series. We have to find the effective thermal conductivity. So let us say that we have got two wires, each of length L and both of cross-sectional area A. The first one is of conductivity K1 and the second one is of conductivity K2. Let's say the resistance of the first one is R1 and the resistance of the second one is R2. Now if we talk about the equivalent resistance, then it will have the identical dimensions of the whole slab. So we can say that it will have the length, it will have the area A and length 2L. Let us say the equivalent conductivity is K equivalent. We can say that R1 plus R2 will be is equals to R equivalent, where R equivalent is the resistance of this. Now R1 can be written as L by K1A plus R2 can be written as L by K2A. That will be R equivalent, which is 2L by K equivalent into A. So from here L gets cancelled, A gets cancelled. So this is 1 upon K1 plus 1 upon K2 is equals to 2 upon K equivalent, which means K equivalent is 2 K1 K2 divided by K1 plus K2. So option A will be correct. Four identical long solenoids A, B, C, and D are connected to each other as shown in the figure. If the magnetic field at the center of A is 3 Tesla, then find the field at the center of C. So since these are identical solenoids, so each will have inductance L, 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 and L. Now we know that flux in each solenoid can be written as phi is equals to Li, and that can also be written as magnetic field into the cross-sectional area of the solenoid into number of turns. So basically, for the if you talk about the solenoid A, so for the A, the flux will be phi A will be is equals to L into I, where I is the current in the first solenoid, and let's say this is the magnetic field into the, let's say value of B is given as 3 Tesla into the cross sectional area into the number of turns. Now since these solenoids are identical, so this I current will get equally distributed in the 3 sections. So I by 3, I by 3, I by 3. Now if we talk about the solenoid C, so flux in the solenoid C will be inductance into the current, which is I by 3, and the same flux can be written as magnetic field in at center of the C into the cross section area of the C into the number of turns. If you look at these two things, then if you divide this equation 1 by equation 2, so on the LHS you will get 3, and on the RHS A and AN will get cancelled. This will be 3 upon magnetic field in the solenoid C, which means BC will be is equals to 1 Tesla. Let's look at this question. A linearly polarized electromagnetic wave in the vacuum is incident normally on a perfectly reflecting wall at Z is equals to A. So suppose this is the wall at Z is equals to A, and let's say this is the Z axis. So we can say that here the magnetic field, sorry, electric, so light wave is propagating like that. Okay, and electric field is oscillating along the I direction. Okay, so we can say that if the wave hits this Z axis, it will get reflected, and the direction of propagation will still be along the Z axis, although in the negative direction. Okay, so we can say that definitely that electric field cannot be along the k cap direction, because electric field cannot be along the same axis in which the light is propagating. So option D is definitely wrong, because the direction of electric field is k cap. Again, it is a perfectly reflecting wall, therefore there will be no energy which is transmitted. So ideally we should not talk about the transmitted wave, because essentially speaking there is no energy which is transmitted. Now if you see, then the frequency of this electromagnetic wave they are talking about, so frequency is we can find using the omega is 2 pi f, and omega is the coefficient of time, which is 5.4 into 10 to the power 6. So f will be simply you can see that 27 into 10 to the power 5 upon pi. Okay, 5.4 ko you can write 54 into 10 to the power 5, and when 54 will be divided by 2, it will become 27. Now 27 upon pi is 3.14 into 10 to the power 5, and when you do 27 upon 3.14, it will be close to 8.6. So option B is correct. Let's check option A also, although it will be wrong only. So wavelength can be found out using the value of k, which will be the coefficient of Z. So k is 1.8, and we know that k is 2 pi by lambda in a wave. So lambda will be 2 pi upon 1.8, which becomes uh, pi upon zero point 0.9. Clearly this is not equals to 5.4, so option A is also wrong. Okay, a satellite is launched into a circular orbit of radius r around the earth, while a second satellite is launched into a circular orbit of 1.02 r. The percentage difference in the time period of the two satellites. So you have to find the percentage difference in the time period of the two satellites. We can solve this question by many methods. So for the first satellite, if you see, the time period t1 is nothing but 2 pi under root of r cube by gm. This is the time period of the first satellite. And for the second satellite, t2 will be simply 2 pi into 1.02 r cube, 1.02 r cube by gm. So let's find the ratio T2 by T1. So if you find the ratio T2 by T1, that means you have to divide second equation by the first equation. So 2 pi and gm will get cancelled. R cube will also get cancelled. You will be left with 1.02 whole to the power 3. So which means T2 by T1 can be written as 1.02 whole to the power 3 by 2. And this you can write as 1.01 plus zero point 0.02 whole to the power 3 by 2. Now using the binomial approximation, 0.02 is very small in comparison to 1. So this 3 by 2 can be brought down. And hence this becomes 3 into 0.01, which means this becomes 1.03. So T2 by T1 is, or we can say that T2 is nothing but 1.03 into T1. So if you want to find the percentage difference, so T2 minus T1 upon T1 into 100, this will be the percentage difference. That means this will be 1.03 T1 minus T1 upon T1 into 100, which will be 3%. You could have also done this question very fast by the error methods. Okay, so if you apply the error method, then this question will be very, very fast, because time period is proportional to r to the power 3 by 2. Let me just quickly show you the error method also. Method 2. So time period is proportional to the r to the power 3 by 2. So using the concept of errors, we can say that dt by t will be is equals to 3 by 2 dr by r. Now dr by r, you can see the difference in the radius was 0.02. Difference in the radii was 0.02 r. So dr value you can put was 0.02 r. And you can see that dt by t becomes 0.03. Hence, percentage dt by t will be 3%. So this is a very fast method. So let's move on to the next question. ln of final volume upon initial volume. Now we have 1 mole. R value is 8.3. Temperature is 27 degrees Celsius, which you need to convert in Kelvin, which will be 300 Kelvin, into ln of final volume is 4 and initial volume was 2. So we can say that 4 by 2. This will become 8.3 into 100 will become 830, which into 3, and this will be ln2. So now from here you can see that this will be 3 is a 9, 8 3 24. ln2 value is 0.7, which means 249 into 7. So 9 7 is 63, 6 carry 6 7 4 is 28, and 6 34, and 7 2 is 14 3 17. So 1743 joules should be the correct answer for this question. Let us see the next question. An infinite number of point charges carrying 1 microcoulomb, each carrying 1 microcoulomb, are placed along the y-axis. So basically, if this is the origin and this is 1 microcoulomb, this is also 1 microcoulomb, this is also 1 microcoulomb, and from the origin this is at the distance 1, this is at the distance 2, this is at the distance 4, and so on and so forth. So we have to find the total force acting on the 1 coulomb which is placed at the origin. Now, fairly simple question. Net electric field due to all these charges will be, let's call this value Q for the time being. So 1 microcoulomb is Q, which I'll put it later. So for the first charge, it will be KQ by 1 square. For the second charge, it will be KQ by 2 square. Then it will be KQ by 4 square, and so on and so forth. So KQ will come out to be common, and it will be 1 by 1 square plus 1 by 2 square plus 1 by 4 square, so on and so forth. So now you can see that this becomes 1 plus 1 by 4 plus 1 by 16, and next will be 1 by 64, like that. Now value of k is 9 into 10 to the power 9. Q value is 10 to the power minus 6. This is an infinite GP which has a first term 1 and common ratio 1 by 4. So that will be first term upon 1 minus common ratio, which is 1 by 4. So this will be, denominator will be 3 by 4, and hence it will become 4 by 3. So that will be 9,000 into 4 by 3, which is 12,000. This is the value of the electric field, and force we can write as the charge into electric field. That means 1 coulomb into electric field 12,000. Hence the force comes out to be 12,000 Newton. We have to express our answer in terms of x into 1000. That means x will be 12. So the answer will be 12 for this. Okay, let us see the next question. So here, the projectile motion, the particle of mass 5 gram is thrown. The initial velocity was 5 root 2 meter per second at an angle of 45 degree. Air resistance is 0. We have to find the magnitude of change in the momentum between point A and point B. So if you look at point A, the x velocity is nothing but 5 root 2 cos 45. So 5 root 2 cos 45 is nothing but 5. And in the y velocity, it's again 5 root 2 sine 45, which is again 5. At the moment of landing, the x velocity will not change, it will remain 5, and y velocity will get inverted in the downward direction. Magnitude wise, it will again remain 5. Because of energy conservation, we can say that speed will not change. So at the time of landing also, the speed will remain 5 root 2 meter per second. Now you can very clearly see that there is no change in the momentum along the x-axis. So delta px will be 0. But if we talk about y momentum, so p initial along the y direction was mass into y velocity, mass into uy, which is, you can say, 0.005 into 5. And p final in the y axis was mass into vy, which is 0.005 into minus 5, because velocity has become downwards. So we have to find the change in the momentum. So pfy minus p initial y, that is delta py, and that will be is equals to 0.005 into minus 5 minus initial momentum was 0.005 into 5. So that means this will become 0.005 into 5 into 2. Hence this will become minus 0.05, and since we have to take the magnitude of it, so it will become mod of delta py will become 0.05. So we have to express this answer in the multiple of 10 to the power minus 2. So this will become 5 into 10 to the power minus 2. Hence the value of x will come out to be 5. Let us have a look at the next question. An electron in a hydrogen atom revolves around its nucleus with the speed of this in an orbit of radius 0.52 angstrom. The magnetic field produced at the nucleus of the hydrogen atom is. Okay. So now you can do this question by two methods. Either you can use the formula of magnetic field at the ring, at the center of the ring, or you can write the magnetic field of the moving charge particle. So I'll use the magnetic field due to the at the center of the ring. Now if you see carefully, then let's say this is the electron which is moving in an orbit of radius whose value is 0.52 angstrom. So let me take this as r. So this electron is moving like this. Now due to the motion of the electron, this current can be written as charge into frequency. It's a very standard expression that due to motion of a charge, motion of a single charge, the current or the average current that is generated because of the motion of the charge can be written as charge into frequency. You can think like this. Basically, what is the current? Current is the charge crossing per unit area at any cross section. So for example, if I want to find the total charge crossing per second, or if I want to find the total current flowing in this circle in which actually electron is moving, so let me focus at this junction. Let me focus at this junction and try to assess how much charge is crossing this junction per second. Okay. So suppose this electron crosses this junction 3 times in 1 second. So suppose this electron crosses this junction 3 times in 1 second. So we can say that in 1 second, the total charge that has crossed this junction is 3 times the magnitude of the charge on the electron. That means 3e. Now the charge crossing per second is the current, which means the current flowing in this will be 3 into e in this circle. So because whatever is the current crossing this junction, or whatever is the charge crossing this junction, will also be the charge crossing this junction, will also be the charge crossing this junction. So we can say that on an average, the current crossing this, or current flowing in this circle, is charge into frequency. Okay, here is the magnitude of the charge on the electron. Now because of this motion, the field at the center can be, we can assume that as if the current is flowing like this, somewhat like this. Okay, although if the electron is moving in this direction, then the flow of the current should be taken in the opposite direction, because we know that the current is taken opposite to the flow of the electron. But since we are not interested in the direction of the field, we are just interested in the magnitude, so the direction of the current is irrelevant in this question. So magnetic field due to the current flowing in the ring is written by mu naught I by 2r. So now we have to just put the values. Mu naught upon 2r into current value is charge into frequency. Okay, now how will you find the frequency? Frequency is number of circulations per second, which will be nothing but total speed of the circulation divided by divided by circumference. That means this will become e into v upon 2 pi r. V upon 2 pi r. Frequency will be v upon 2 pi r. Okay, so total speed of the circulation divided by 2 pi r. You can also say that frequency is nothing but omega upon 2 pi, and omega is v by r. So that also will give you the same result. Okay, so now value of frequency, I will put it over here. It is v upon 2 pi r. Okay, v upon 2 pi r. Hence our expression of the magnetic field becomes mu naught into e into v upon 2 to the 4 pi r square. Okay, which gives us the, now we have to just put the values. So mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. Electron charge is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. Speed is 6.76 into 10 to the power 6. Divide by 4 pi into 0.52 into 0.52, and angstrom square will become 10 to the power minus 20. Now this 4 pi and 4 pi will get cancelled. 10 to the power minus 20 will go in the numerator, and this will make it 10. So we can cancel this, and this we can write over here as 10. Also, let's multiply by 10,000 in the numerator and denominator. So if you multiply by 10,000, this will be gone, this will be gone, and this will become 10 to the power 5. Okay, then what is left? So basically this becomes 6 plus 5, 11, and 11 minus 7 is 4. So this we are left with 10 to the power 4. Here 1.6 is left, 6.76 is left upon 52 into 52. Okay, that means you can use this 10 to the power 4 to make it, let's say, 160 into 6760, sorry, 676, and upon 52 into 52. Now 13 into 4, and 13 5s are, and 2 6, 2 6 means 2, and this 52 will totally get cancelled. So 4 ones are 4 into 40. So that means this becomes 40 Tesla. So answer for this will be 40 Tesla. Okay. In this question, a nucleus disintegrates into two nuclear parts in such a way that the ratio of their nuclear sizes is 1 is to 2 to the power 1 by 3. The respective speeds have the ratio n is to 1. We have to find the value of the n. So basically, we have to assume nucleus as at rest. Otherwise, this question cannot be solved. This is a PYQ. So we have to make some these type of smart assumptions. Otherwise, you'll get stuck in the NTA paper. So it's very important to make these kind of assumptions. So basically, we assume the nucleus at rest. Okay, and now the nucleus disintegrates into two parts. So now this it disintegrates into two parts such that the radius ratio is 1 is to 2 to the power 1 by 3. So of course, since the initial momentum was 0, so we can say that if one of the part, let's say, starts moving towards left with a ratio of, with a speed of v1, so other part will move towards right with a speed of v2. Reason is very simple, because momentum must be 0. Okay, let us say the mass of the first part is m1 and the mass of second part is m2. Correct. Now since the initial momentum was 0, so we can say that final momentum must be 0, which means m1 v1 should be equals to m2 v2, right? Which means m1 by m2, that should be equals to v2 by v1. Okay, now we can say that how to write the value of m1. So notice that m1 can be written as nuclear density into the volume of the first nucleus. So if I call the radius of the first nucleus to be r, then the radius of the second nucleus is 2 to the power 1 by 3 r, according to this given data, because the ratio of the radii is given to be r to 1 is to 2 to the power 1 by 3. So the m1 can be written as nuclear density into the volume, which is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Similarly, m2 can be written as nuclear density, which is rho, into 4 by 3 pi r cube, and here r cube will become r cube into 2, because 2 to the power 1 by 3 will become 2. Now from here we can say that m1 is to m2. So m1 by m2 will become how much? So if you take the ratio m1 by m2, you can see very well that rho will get cancelled. 4 by 3 pi r cube will get cancelled. So this will become half. That is v2 by v1. But we have to find the ratio v1 by v2. So v1 by v2 will be actually is equals to 2. And hence answer, the ratio of the speed was given as n is to 1. So we can say that n is equals to 2 for this question. So I hope you have understood. That ends this paper. Thank you guys.
Welcome to the solution of chemistry section of this paper. Let's start with the first question. There is a molecule. The reaction is hydroboration oxidation, in which we have reacted this molecule. Then the reaction is with tosyl chloride, and then the last reaction is tertiary butoxide. So when hydroboration oxidation is done, anti-Markovnikov addition happens, and the molecule which is formed is this one. When the reaction is done with tosyl chloride, the hydrogen is substituted by tosyl group. So this is the product that is formed. And in the last case, when we react this molecule with a bulky base like third butoxide, then it removes that beta hydrogen, which is joined to least sterically hindered carbon. So if this is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon, let's call it beta 1, and this is beta 2. So it removes that beta hydrogen, which is anti to the tosylate group and also on the less sterically hindered carbon. So the product that is formed, the major product that is formed in this reaction is this one. So the product Y is a position isomer of X, yes, and it is formed by anti-elimination by base in the last step. That's also correct. So the correct answer to this is option B. Moving to the next question. According to the molecular orbital theory, which of the following is incorrect? So LUMO level for carbon molecule, C2 molecule is sigma 2p x orbital. Yes, that is correct, because in carbon, the last orbital in which we have electron is pi 2p, right? Whichever you take the intermolecular axis. So this is 2 and this is 2, and then sigma is the first orbital which is vacant. So this is the HOMO of the molecule and this is the LUMO of the molecule. In C2 molecule, both the bonds are pi bonds. Yes, as you can see, there are 4 bonding electrons in pi molecular orbital. So the nature of bonds is pi. In C2 minus ion, there is 1 sigma and 2 pi bonds. Yes, that is also true if you considering C2 minus, but then it will be paramagnetic, because if C2 molecule accepts 2 electrons, then this species is formed, and you can see there is no unpaired electron in here. So this is not paramagnetic, this is diamagnetic, right? So the incorrect statement would be option C. Moving to the next question. For an equilibrium, water solid converting to H2O liquid, which of the following statements is true? The pressure changes do not affect the equilibrium. No, this is not true. The change in pressure does drive the equilibrium. More of the ice melts if the temperature on the system is decreased. Temperature on the system is decreased means cooling is done. On cooling, H2O freezes, right? Not melts. Ice will not melt, it will freeze. More of the solid melt if the pressure on the system is increased. Yes, please remember, in ice-water equilibrium, if pressure is increased, more of the ice melts. So this statement is correct. Last option, the pressure changes may increase or decrease the degree of advancement of the reaction depending upon the temperature of the system. No, the pressure change is depending upon the physical states and the densities of the solid and liquid phases. Moving to the next question. When a solution of mixture having 2 inorganic salts was treated with freshly prepared ferrous sulfate in acidic medium, a dark brown ring, so we are talking about nitrate ion here, whereas on treatment with neutral ferric chloride, the solution gives deep red color, which on boiling turns into brown red precipitate, that we are talking about acetate ion. So the correct answer is this one, and the reactions that are involved are these. These reactions are of brown ring test. This complex is responsible for the brown color of the ring. And this is the reaction confirming the presence of acetate ion, the compound responsible for red color, and the precipitate responsible for brown. Moving to the next question. Assertion is 5f electrons can participate in bonding to a far greater extent than 4f electrons. Yes, that's true. And this is because 5f electrons are not as buried as 4f orbitals. Yes. So actually in D and F block elements, as you move down the group, the participation of the D and F electrons increases because they are not close to the nucleus. They are away from the nucleus. So for them, it is easy to delocalize. So yes, assertion is correct. Reason is correct, and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. So both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation of A. So option B is correct. Moving to the next question. In this molecule, when we react this with two equivalent of base, both these acids are ionized. We have O minus. You can see in this four-membered ring, all the four carbons are sp2 hybridized, and there are only 2 pi electrons. This satisfies the criteria for aromaticity. So compound B is aromatic. Statement A is correct. That rules out the first option as the correct answer. Then we can check for D. The bond lengths of CC in compound B are found to be same. Yes, because the compound is aromatic, there will be resonance, there will be conjugation here, and as a result, the bond lengths are going to be equal. So this rules out option B as the correct answer. A shows tautomerism. Yes. So basically, this will show tautomerism. You can do this like this. Okay. So the correct answer in here is option C. The option A, C, and D, they are correct because A also shows tautomerism, right? Moving to the next question. Which one of the following metal complexes is most stable? So we know that the stability for complex depends upon the oxidation state of the metal, the strength of the ligand, the chelation ability, etc. So in this case, you can see that the ligands are ammonia, ethylene diamine, like that. So ethylene diamine is not only a stronger ligand than ammonia, but it also forms chelate complex. That is, ring formation happens when ethylene diamine binds to a metal. So as a result, the complex which is most stable is this one. Moving to the next question, the correct order of the reactivity towards hydrolysis at room temperature is this. So basically, when these compounds are hydrolyzed, carboxylic acid is formed. So the reactivity in this case depends upon the leaving group ability of the group which is joined to the acyl group, that is these groups. Now the leaving group ability is inversely proportional to basic strength. We know that HCl is the strongest acid among these, so chloride would be the weakest base and hence the best leaving group. So the reactivity of A is going to be the maximum, right? That leaves us with option A and option D. Now, after HCl, the number comes for carboxylic acid, right? Carboxylic acid is the second strongest acid here, followed by alcohol and then ammonia. All right. So the best leaving ability is by A, then by carboxylate, B, then by C, alkoxide, and then by D, amide ion. So the correct answer is option A. Moving to the next question, the transition element that has the lowest value of enthalpy of atomization. So enthalpy of atomization is basically the energy required to separate the atoms of a substance into gaseous phase, and this enthalpy is roughly proportional to the number of valence electrons that participate in bonding, in this case metallic bonding. Because in zinc there is no unpaired electron, it has the configuration of 3d10 4s2, so the participation by the valence electrons in metallic bonding is very less. As a result, enthalpy of atomization is also low. Moving to the next question, in basic medium, H2O2 exhibits which of the following reactions? So these reactions you can find in NCERT book also. In H2O2 oxidizes Mn2 plus to Mn4 plus and I2 reduces I2 I minus. The change from lead sulfide to lead sulfate happens in acidic medium, not in basic medium. So the correct answer would be option A and B. That is option A here. This one is from Raoult's law. Liquids A and B form an ideal solution in the entire composition range at a given temperature. The vapor pressures of pure liquid A, that is, these are P naught A and P naught B, respectively, the composition of the vapor, which is in equilibrium with the solution containing 40 mole% of A. Okay, so we are asked the composition of the vapor phase. The mole fractions of vapor phase generally we denote by Y. So the composition of the vapor phase, let's say YA, it is P naught A X A. Please remember here XA denotes a mole fraction of the liquid phase, but in this case they have taken vapor phase. But anyway, we will solve the question and figure out the right answer. So P naught A XA plus P naught B XP. Because we are writing a ratio of these pressures, so we really don't need to consider this the multiplicative factor of 10 to the power 3 Pascal. We can just get rid of it. So the mole fraction of liquid A in the vapor phase is just the P naught A XA, and instead of complete value, I can just take 7. And the amount of A in the liquid phase is 40 mole%. Converted to fraction, this is 0.4. So this is 0.4 in denominator. This is 7 multiplied by 0.4. For liquid B, we will just take 12 multiplied by the mole fraction would be, of course, 0.6. So this is 2.8 divided by 2.8 plus 7.2, and this is going to be 2.8 and 10. So basically 0.28. So the mole fraction of A in the vapor phase is 0.28. So yes, that brings us to the correct answer, this one, right? So because mole fraction of liquid A in vapor phase is 0.28, so obviously the mole fraction of liquid B would be 1 minus 0.28, which is 0.28, which is 0.7. Moving to the next question, the increasing order of the pK values of the following compounds. So pK value is inversely proportional to acidic strength of a substance. So increasing order of pK value means decreasing order of acidic strength. So which is the strongest acid? Let's analyze these options. There is no substituent. There is nitro, which exerts a strong minus M effect. At meta position, nitro group can only exert minus I effect, which is weak, and methoxy group at para position exerts plus M effect, which is undesirable. So the strongest acid here is B. After that, it is C, and then A, and then D, right? So this is going to be BCAD, right? So B is the strongest acid, so it should have the minimum value. So that leaves us with this one. And D is the weakest acid, that should have the minimum value, right? So maximum value of the pK. So B, and then C, and then AD. So BCAD. That is the correct answer. Moving to the next question, the aromatic compounds are. In first compound, there is an sp3 hybridized carbon. So this is non-aromatic. This is, of course, our benzene. So this is aromatic. Compound C is also aromatic because it has complete conjugation, 6 pi electrons and all. And this one is anti-aromatic because it has 4 pi electrons. So the compounds which are aromatic are B and C. Moving to the next question, which of the following is a Lewis acid? Phosphine is more likely to act as a Lewis base because of the presence of lone pair on phosphorus. B, CH3 thrice, yes, this will definitely act as Lewis acid because of a vacant orbital on boron, so this should be our answer. Sodium hydride, because of the presence of hydride ion, is more likely to act as a Lewis base. And NF3 also, because of the lone pair on nitrogen, will act as a Lewis base. So the only potential candidate for Lewis acid here is option B. The set in which compounds have different nature. So BOH whole thrice is actually orthoboric acid, H3PO3, and it is an acid. H3PO3, it is also an acid. In option B, this is orthoboric acid, but AlOH whole thrice is a base. All right. Aluminum is a metal, and aluminum hydroxide not only acts as an acid, but also as a base, because an aluminum is an amphoteric substance, but mostly it will act as a base. So this will be a different nature. All right. In option C, they both are bases. In option B, they both are amphoteric substances. But in option B, BOH whole thrice is distinctly acidic, but AlOH whole thrice has both nature. Moving to next question. Question number 41. KMnO4 in acidic medium at high temperature is destructive. It breaks the double bond of this alkene, and what we have is a dicarboxylic acid like this. But the same KMnO4 at low temperature, which is 0 degrees Celsius, becomes a Bayer's reagent, and now it only breaks pi bond, converting the given compound into a diol. cis-diol to be specific. So yes, the compound A is a dicarboxylic acid and the compound B is a diol. So the correct option is D. Moving to the next question. Here we are given the enthalpy changes of two equations as minus x and minus I, and we have to find out the enthalpy change for this equation. So let's look at the first species, carbon graphite. It is present in the second equation. Let's take it as it is, minus y. So the enthalpy change for this equation is minus y. Then oxygen comes in both the equations. Let's ignore it. Carbon monoxide comes on the product side with one coefficient. So let's take first equation, reverse it. So minus x becomes plus x and divided by 2. That is multiplied by half. So that the coefficient of carbon monoxide is 1. So the sign changed is plus and this is x by 2. So this would be x minus 2y divided by 2. So the correct answer is option D. Moving to the next question, if the shortest wavelength in Lyman series of hydrogen atom is A. So the wavelength would be 1 upon lambda, right? This is a Rydberg constant. Z for hydrogen atom is 1. For Lyman series, the electron drops to 1, and for shortest wavelength, that is maximum energy, it should drop from infinity. So the bracket term is 1 upon 1 square minus 1 upon infinity square. So 1 upon infinity is 0, 1 upon 1 is 1. So this is basically R, okay? And 1 upon lambda is A, all right? So basically 1 upon A is R. Now the longest wavelength in Pascal series of helium, again 1 upon lambda is Rydberg constant, which we can write 1 upon A. Z square for helium, Z is 2, which is 2 square, that is 4. And for Pascal series, electron drops in third orbit, right? Lyman, Balmer, Pascal. So for longest wavelength, that is minimum energy, it should drop from fourth orbit. So this should be 1 upon 3 square minus 1 upon 4 square. So 1 upon lambda is equal to 1 upon A multiplied by 4, and this should be 16 minus 9, that is 7. So 1 upon lambda should be 7 divided by 36A. So lambda should be 36A divided by 7. So the correct answer is option D. Carbylamine test is used to detect the presence of primary amines, where primary amines are converted to foul-smelling isocyanides. So which of the following compounds is formed when this test is performed with aniline? So basically, as we can see, the NH2 group is replaced by the isocyanide group. So the correct answer is option B. Moving to the next question, the correct order of bond dissociation enthalpy of halogens. So here we have an interesting exception. Although fluorine is the most electronegative halogen, but because of intense lone-pair-lone repulsion, which is because of the small size of fluorine, the bond enthalpy of fluorine-fluorine FF bond is less. Now, it is an experimental thing that where exactly does fluorine lie in this order. So it is observed that the chlorine has maximum bond enthalpy, then bromine, then fluorine, and then iodine. So the correct order would be chlorine, bromine, fluorine, and then iodine, making option A as the correct answer. Moving to the next question, how many moles of Grignard reagents are consumed in the given compound? So for this, you need to remember that Grignard reagents act as nucleophile as well as base. So you have to look for acidic groups, which is OH and SH. Alcohols are acidic enough for Grignard reagent, and thiols are obviously more acidic than alcohols. So we have two acidic groups. All right. Then Grignard reagent also act as nucleophile, so they will attack electrophilic centers. One electrophilic center is this epoxide. One electrophilic center is this carbonyl carbon. So we have total of 4 equivalents of Grignard reagent. And how does the reaction of esters with Grignard reagent go? So first, Grignard reagents attack, right? They displace the ethoxide, right? So this is O minus, right? And let's take it to be R prime only. So this is R prime and then OAT. So this pi bond is reformed and ethoxide is displaced. So basically what we get is a ketone. Now this ketone is very reactive towards Grignard reagent. So again, it reacts with Grignard reagent, leading to the formation of tertiary alcohol. So please remember, esters react with 2 equivalents of Grignard reagent. So total equivalents of Grignard reagent that will react here is 6. Moving to the next question. 250 ml of 0.5 molar NaOH was added to 500 ml of 1 molar HCl, the number of unreacted HCl molecule. So let's see how many hydroxide are there. So how many hydroxide are there? 0.5 multiplied by 250. So that's 125 millimole is there, because we are using the volume in ml and not in liter. Number of H plus that are coming from HCl is 1 molar multiplied by 500 ml. So that is 500 millimole. Now H plus and OH minus react in 1:1 molar ratio. So you can see that OH minus is the limiting reactant and H plus is the excess reagent. So the HCl or H plus that is actually left is 500 minus 125, so which is 375 millimole. So now it's very simple. You have to convert this 375 millimole into number of HCl. So number of HCl molecules that would be is 375. Remove the milli factor, that would be 10 to minus 3, and remove the mole factor, that would be 6 into 10 to the power 23. So express this as 10 raised to the power 21. So you will get your answer. So that should come out to be 225. So that is your correct answer, 225. Moving to the next question, in how many species the positive charge is delocalized? In phenylketone, it is not, because the orbital in which positive charge is there is perpendicular to the pi system of the benzene. In second species, yes, because oxygen has positive charge, it can pull back the electron pair, right? And it can form this species, positive charge being adjacent to the oxygen. And here we can have our oxygen atom with all its 2 lone pairs, right? So this is one candidate. Here again, there is no conjugation here. Yes, there is conjugation in the next molecule. The positive charge is delocalized like this. All right. So then conjugation can go either left or right. So yes, this is also. In anilinium ion, there is no possibility for positive charge to be delocalized because there is no p orbital on nitrogen atom. That's why this cannot participate in delocalization. Also in the last species, again, nitrogen has positive charge and no p orbital is available. So again, no participation of positive charge in delocalization, leaving 2 as the correct answer. In question number 9, in an oligopeptide name this, right? So you need to figure out how many amino acids are there. There's one amino acid, alanine. There is one amino acid, glycine. Then another one is phenylalanine, and then isoleucine. So there are 4 amino acids, right? All of them contain one carboxylic group. So there is one carbonyl carbon with sp2 hybridization, and phenylalanine also contains a benzene ring. So we have 6 sp2 carbon. So if you remember the structures of and formulas, the structures of amino acid, you don't have to write the complete formula of the oligopeptide. You can do it directly like I did. There are 4 carbonyl carbon and there is one benzene ring on phenylalanine. So in total, there are 10 carbons which are sp2 hybridized. Moving to the last question of this paper, sucrose hydrolyzes an acid solution into glucose and fructose following first order rate law with a half-life of 3.33 hours. So half-life is 3.33. Let me write it as 10 by 3 hours. And we know that if half-life is 10 by 3 hours, then rate constant is ln2 by half-life. ln2 can be written as 2.303 multiplied by log2, which is 0.301, divided by the half-life, which is 10 divided by 3. Let's take it in the numerator. This is okay. Now the question is, after 9 hours, the fraction of sucrose remaining is F. Okay, so let's say we start with 1 mole of sucrose. After 9 hours, F mole of sucrose is left. So this is fraction only, right? For example, is half mole of sucrose is left, so half is left, right? So we can do it directly using the integrated rate equation of first order reaction, which says that K is equal to 2.303 divided by time log initial concentration, which let's say is 1, and final concentration, which is F, remaining, right, amount we are talking about. Let's substitute the values. Rate constant we have here is 2.303 multiplied by 0.301 multiplied by 3 divided by 10. Trust me, this calculation will get easy. This is 2.303. The time is 9 hours given here, and we have to find out the value of log to the base 10 of 1 by F. So you can see 2.303 is cancelled, and hence log 1 upon f is going to be 9 into 3, 0.3 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 9, and then this is 10. All right, so this is, yes, this is going to be, we can ignore, 0, 1 in this number. So this is 81 into 10 raised to minus 2. So the correct answer here is 81. So that's all in the solution. Thank you for joining. Have a nice day.
So hello everyone. So today's session is about JMMT-11 Eklavya video test solutions. So I'll be going through each solution, and I hope you will enjoy it. Okay, so let's get started. So the first question says, let Z belongs to a complex number C and imaginary part of Z is 10 and it satisfies this particular condition. Okay, beta. For some natural number n, then you are supposed to comment on n and real part of Z. Okay, okay, so got it. So basically, okay, I think this option will be yes. Real part of Z is 10. So now imaginary part of Z is given and they're saying there is a complex number. So we'll take the algebraic form. Very simple. Z equal to x plus iy means y should be 10, sir. Correct? And now we're going to use this condition directly. Twice of x plus iy minus n whole divided by twice of x plus iy plus n. Okay? That is equal to twice iota minus 1. Okay, sir. Got it. So now after that, so what to do next? Can we see this is 2f or 2 of x plus iy, and in place of y can we put 10? Yes, so this becomes twice of x plus 10i minus n equal to this. I am multiplying on the right hand side, so 2 iota minus 1 beta whole into, if you see, this will be 2x plus n plus 10i, sorry, into 1 2 is also there now, this into 20i. Clear? So 2x plus 20i plus 2n. So 2x plus n plus 20i. Okay. So left hand side is left out with 2x minus n plus 20i. Right hand side will be, if you multiply 2x plus n into 2i, that is how much? Or you can say, so 2x plus n into 2i, na? So it will be, okay, let's keep it like this. So 2x plus n whole into 2 iota. Correct? Minus of 2x plus n into 1. Correct? Yes. Plus 20 iota into 2 iota will be minus of 40 minus 20 iota. Correct? Okay. So now I think, sorry, here we can see 2x minus n, here we can see 2x plus n with a minus n. These are all real values. So let's bring them together. So this I'm bringing together on the left hand side. It will be 2x minus n plus 2x plus n beta. Okay. Yes. And okay, so then, so I think n will get cancelled. Yes. And what is left here? This iota part is left. So this minus 20 iota I'm bringing on the right hand side becomes plus 40 iota. Okay. Equal to 2x plus n times 2 into iota minus 40. So the real part on the right is minus 40 beta. Imaginary part is this and vice versa. So I think you can see 2x plus 2x is 4x. So I think 4x equal to minus 40. Hence immediately you get x as minus 10. So x as minus 10 means real part is minus 1. So either A or C will be the answer. Okay. And so imaginary part comparison is still left. So 40i, that should be equal to this. That is twice x plus n times 2 beta is equal to 40. So if you cancel, I think you get 20 and n will be 20 minus 2x. So I think that x is minus 10. So minus 2x will be minus plus 20. Correct? I think it should be coming out to be n equal to 40. N40 real part of Z is minus 10. N40 real part of Z is minus 10. So I think C is the correct option. Yes. Very simple question, guys. Okay, let's move ahead. So what is next? Beta, the next question is very simple. It is simple determinant given, correct? Okay. So now they're saying find the number of solutions of this equation. It's basically kind of a trigonometric equation question. They have fixed it in terms of determinant. Okay. So this, okay. This. Okay. So now what we can do, sir? Either we can break it, but it will take it will unnecessarily make it complex. So let's use property and subtract. Correct? Okay. So sir, what we can do for subtraction and all? What we can do? So 1 plus sine square I can see here, cos square I can see here. Okay, and then one more sine square here, sine square here. What we can do? should we do C1 to C1 minus C2? So if we are doing C1 to C1 minus C2, then it will be determinant of 1 plus sine square minus sine square, that is 1. Sine, guys, please see, we are only changing C1 to C1 minus C2. So cos square minus 1 minus cos square will be minus 1. 4 sine 2x, 4 sine 2x will become 0. Rest C2 I have not changed, but now I am applying, because C2 has not changed, C2 to C2 minus C3. Why? Because sine square minus sine square becomes 0. 1 plus cos square minus cos square become 1. 4 sine 2x minus 1 minus 4 sine 2x will become minus 1. Rest everything will remain as it is. Sine square x, cos square x, 1 plus 4 sine 2x. Okay, one more transformation I am applying. Why, sir? Because I can see here, so sine square x plus cos square x, if I add, so I am doing R1 to R1 plus R2. So if you do it, beta, what will happen? Check. So 1 plus minus 1 will become 0, sir. This will become 0 plus 1, sir. This will become 0 plus 1, 1. Yes. And then sine square x plus cos square x will become 1. Remaining, you can just if you want to add, you can add, or okay, let me use R2 to R2 plus R3 as well. Yes or no? Because R2 has not changed. No? From minus 1 plus 0 will become, sir, minus 1, but 1 minus 1 will become 0 again, correct? And remaining will get cos square x. It's okay, it's fine. Like, it's not giving us much of value, no? I think so, yes. Yes, no problem. So 0 minus 1, 1 plus 4 sine 2x. Okay, beta. Okay. Or I think it will be better, no? Okay, no problem, no problem. So finally, what we get? Finally, our fx becomes 1. 0 is not there, so minus 1 times how much? Minus 1 times, this we are cancelling, so minus 1 times minus 1 into this, so minus 1 is plus, so 1 plus 4 sine 2x. This minus this, so 1, yeah, so minus 0 into this is becoming 0, so finished for minus 1. So next is plus 1. Finally, for plus 1, what we have? I think we have minus 1 into minus 1, that is plus 1. Finished. So I think, sir, we are left out with only 1 plus 1, 2 plus 4 sine 2x. So that is our left hand side, which should be equal to 0. So from here, do you see we get sine 2x as minus half beta. So if I add one more slide for you, so they are saying sine 2x is equal to minus half, and they are saying x should belong to the interval. If you see here, 0 to pi, correct? X should belong to the interval 0 to pi. Okay. Then you should think, okay, sine 2x minus half, when it is possible, draw the graph of sine x. This is the graph of sine x now. So minus half generally happens at which value? So somewhere here and somewhere here. It means whatever is this length should be pi plus pi by 6. And same, this point should be 2 pi minus pi by 6. Yes or no? So sir, I think sine 2x minus half means 2x should be pi plus pi by 6. So very easily, I think it is coming out to be 7 pi by 6, sir. Hence, x happens to be 7 pi by 12. Clear? X happens to be 7 pi by 12. If that happens, so the other point is very simple. So again, 2x should be 2 pi minus pi by 6. So it will be 11 pi by 6. Hence, x will be 11 pi by 12. So these are the two solutions which you can see will lie clearly between 0 to pi. Clear, beta? Clear now? So because see, 7 pi by 12 and 11 pi by 12 are definitely less than pi. Why? Because 12 pi by 12 will give me pi, correct? So my answer should be 7 pi by 12 and 11 pi by 12. Let's see. So I think yes, A is the correct answer. You can see here. Okay. So let's move ahead to the next question. Third question. What does it say? But it says if fx is 1 by mod x, when mod x is greater than equal to 1. When mod x is greater than equal to 1. And ax square plus b when mod x is less than 1. Okay. Okay, sir. So two functions we got. And they're saying it is differentiable at every point on the domain. Then what is the value of a? So first thing is, you can see very clearly that x is not given to you. Like in the domain, they did not specifically mention explicitly what is the interval of x. They mentioned about mod x. So first, what we are going to do is we're going to break this fx properly. So I think 1 by mod x, if you see, watch carefully, and they're saying it is 1 by mod x when mod x is greater than equal to 1. Means x greater than equal to 1 or beta x is less than equal to minus 1. Correct. So now the moment you see these intervals, you understand that somewhere x is positive, somewhere x is negative, and here x is having mod. It means what? It will definitely break on the interval. So if we further break it down, it becomes 1 by x when x is greater than equal to 1. And it becomes minus of 1 by x when x is less than equal to minus 1. That is done for, okay, so this entire interval is for mod x greater than equal to 1, means outside the interval minus 1 to 1. So you can see another function definitely creeps out as ax square plus b when x is lying between 1 and minus 1. Sir. How, sir? Because mod x is less than 1. Clear, beta? So once we write down these like piecewise intervals of the same function, now we can deal better. Now they are saying it is differentiable everywhere at every point in the domain. So you can see very clearly 1 by x and minus 1 by x. These are the only functions which are non-differentiable as well as non-continuous or discontinuous at x equal to 0. But these functions are outside minus 1 to 1. So there is no chance for them to be discontinuous or non-differentiable in that interval. Means everywhere they will be continuous as well as differentiable. So what we can do here? So one thing is very simple. So if we see here, so function, so when x is less than equal to 1, this is the function. When x is more than 1, this is the function. So we can say f dash 1 plus should be equal to f dash 1 minus because it is differentiable at x equal to 1. Correct? So f dash 1 plus means a function which is more than 1. I will use this. That is minus 1 by x square. That should be equal to how much? That should be equal to, sir, f dash 1 minus I will pick this particular function will be equal to twice ax. Clear? So finally, as we are talking about 1 plus and 1 minus beta, minus 1 will be equal to twice a. From here directly we get a as minus half. Clear? Got it. Okay, sir. But now I want b, right? So for finding b, if I take derivative here, b will always be vanished because of the constant. It means I cannot use differentiability to find out b directly. Like I cannot use derivatives because derivative will totally wash away your b. So what we can use, sir? Obviously, if the function is differentiable at x equal to 1, it has to be what? Continuous also, right? It means, can we say, let's say, if I take one slide. Beta, if we say f of 1 plus, that should be equal to f of 1 minus. Is there any problem if we write like this? So f of 1 plus means what? F of 1 plus means functional value at x just more than 1. That is 1 by x. It happens to be 1 is equal to f of 1 minus. F of 1 minus means this function I will take because it is less than 1. That should be equal to a plus b, right? That should be equal to a plus b. So I think b will come out to be 1 minus a, sir, and a is just now we calculated beta minus half, correct? So it will be 1 minus half, that is plus half. Answer is 3 by 2. So I think it's very simple. B is 3 by 2, A is minus half. So I think A and B, they are looking. So A is minus of B is 3 by 2. I think C should be your correct answers. C. Yes, sir. Got it, sir. Great. So let's move ahead. The next question says number of integral values of m so that the abscissa of point of intersection of the lines this and this is also an integer. Please read the question once. It's a very simple question. They're saying number of integral values of m means m should be an integer such that abscissa means what? X coordinate of point of intersection of this line and this line should also be an integer. Means m should be an integer such that if I solve them and if I find out x, that should be also an integer. It means that the first job is to find out x and then see for x to be an integer, what are the integral values of m? Very simple. So let's start, sir. So 3x plus 4y is equal to 9 beta. So can we write 3x plus 4 times y is mx plus 1? That is equal to 9, correct? So if we have this from here, should we just try to find out beta? Should we just try to find out x because x has to be an integer. So 3x plus 4mx plus 4 equal to 9. So very simply you can see x will be 4m plus 3. If I take x common here, equal to 9 minus 4 is 5. So finally x we get as 5 upon 4m plus 3. So obviously it looks like a fraction, sir, you will say. That's not true. It looks like a fraction, but we can have different values of m for which this particular fraction can be an integer. We should think like this. So what are the possible values? Imagine for this to be an integer, if this particular denominator becomes more than 5, then it will always be a proper fraction. It means it cannot be more than 5. Sir, is it possible for this to be equal to 5? Answer is yes. If it is equal to 5 or if it is equal to minus 5, then also we will get an integer value of x. But let's see now whether we get integer value of m or not. If you see, sir, I think 4m is coming out to be 2. Hence, m is coming out to be half. So integral value of m we are not getting from the first part. If we do the second part, beta, I think 4m is equal to minus 8 and m is coming out to be minus 2. So we get integral values of m for these two cases. Anything else, sir? The only case left is beta if 4m plus 3 is equal to minus 1 or same 4m plus 3 becomes plus 1. If you again check, you will get 4m equal to minus 4, hence m equal to minus 1. So it's an integer. But from here, I think you will get 4m is equal to minus 2, hence m is equal to minus half, which is not an integer. So finally, we have two answers, m equal to minus 1 and m equal to minus 2. These are the two integral values of m. So they were asking for number of integral values, means answer should be D for donkey. Yes or no? Okay, great. So guys, let's move ahead. I hope you're getting okay. So next question, beta, we have a very beautiful question, very simple question from matrices. They're saying what? They're saying a plus 2b is this matrix and 2a minus b is this matrix. Then TRA is the trace of matrix, which denotes the sum of all diagonal elements of the matrix A. Then what is the difference of trace of A and trace of B? It means if we can, sir, find out from here A and B separately, then trace of A and trace of B is very simple. Just add the diagonal elements. It means, sir, our main job now should be to find out A and B. So do you see? It looks like a linear, it looks like. I'm not saying it looks like a linear equation in two variables, like just like x and y. You can imagine it is looking like x plus 2y. Correct. So A plus 2b is given as 1, 2, 0, 6, minus 3, 3. Then 5, sorry, minus 5, then 3, then 1. Clear? Then we have 2a minus b. That happens to be what? That happens to be 2 minus 1, 5. Then 2 minus 1, 6. Then 0, 1, 2. So we have two equations. Okay, sir, got it. So from here, what we should do, just like we handled linear simultaneous equation beta, just like we handled this. So what we can do, sir, from here I can see 2a and like once I can see 2a minus b, I can see a plus 2b. So I think if I multiply 2 in this entire thing, there is 2 here, then I have to multiply 2 also here. So I think this happens to be 2a plus 2 to the 4b is equal to, as you know, in matrix, every element will get multiplied with a factor. So it will change to beta how much? 2 plus, I mean not plus, sorry, 2 ones are 2, then 4, then 0, then 12, then minus 6, then 6. Then it will be minus 10, then 6, then 2. Clear? Okay, sir. And here, okay, I have 2a minus b. So now I have 2a plus 4b, I have 2a minus b. So I have two matrices. So sir, if I want to cancel, let's say I want to cancel 2a. If I subtract, will it get cancelled? Yes. So, but sir, remaining 4b minus minus b. Are you getting now? Like you can call it equation 1, you can call it equation 2. So 1 minus 2 I am doing. So 2 to gone beta, it will be 5 times b equal to matrix. Each element will get subtracted. 2 minus 2, 0. 4 minus minus 1, please check. 5. 0 minus 5 is minus 5. Okay. Then 12 minus 2 is 10. Minus 6 minus minus 1 is minus 5. 6 minus 6 is 0. Minus 10 minus 0 is minus 10. 6 minus 1 is 5. And 2 minus 2 is 0. So you can see very clearly, sir, 5 times b is coming like this. Hence, obviously, can we divide by 5? Yes. If we divide, again, every element will get divided. It will be 0. B will be 0. 1 minus 1. 2 minus 1, 0 beta, then minus 2, then 1, then 0. Yes or no? So sir, okay. So if I ask you what is the trace of B, do you agree sum of all the diagonal elements means 0, minus 1 and 0? Answer is coming out to be minus 1. Okay, so guys, please note this much because I'll just rub this portion just to show you this. I hope this much is clear, right? So now what we want to find out, now obviously you got the point, sir. We need to even eliminate what B now and keep A. So if I want to eliminate B beta, what I will do this time, I'll multiply 2 here, 2 into 2A minus 2 into 2B, and so 2 goes here. So I think you can see, sir, I think this is 2 into 2A means how much? This is 4A minus 2B happens to be how much? So again, 2 if I multiply it will be 4 minus 2, 10. 2 2s are 4 minus 2, 6 2s are 12. 2 2s are 4. Correct now? Yes. 4 minus 2, 12, then 0 beta, then 2, then 4. Okay, we have multiplied 1, 2. But this time we have a plus 2b and 4a minus 2b. So if I want to eliminate 2b, obviously we're getting, sir, I have to add both of them. Again, if I add both of them, do I get 5a? Please check. So this part we are keeping here. So do we get 5a beta? So if I add them, 4a plus a will be 5a, 2b to be gone. So every element will get added up. How much we are getting? 4 plus 1 is how much? Okay, this 2 is not there. No? This 2 is not there because now we are not multiplying any 2 here. So 4 plus 1 is 5. Minus 2 plus 2 is again 0. Okay, 0 plus 10 is 10. So 6 plus 4 is 10, minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5, 3 plus 12. Is it coming out? Did we do any mistake? Okay, no, I think it's fine only now. We are adding only now. Yes. Great. So I think 12, it will be 15, right? Okay, it's fine. Minus 5 plus 0 is minus 5. 3 plus 2 is 5. 1 plus 4 is 5. Sir, 5a again we got. So from here, don't you think, sir, if I write a, I think a will be 1, 0, 2. 2 minus 1, 3. Then minus 1, 1, 1. So, sir, I think now we got the diagonal elements. If I ask you what will be trace of a beta, please check. So, trace of a will be 1, minus 1, 0, and 1. So, trace of a is 1, trace of b is minus 1. So, trace of a minus trace of b will be beta 1 minus minus 1. How much? That will be 2. Easy? Yes. I think you got your answers. A very simple question. Just be a little cautious about the silly mistakes, which are very, very good scope is there. Okay, for silly mistakes. Okay, but let's go to the next question. Okay. So here, if we see, sir, what we have here is very interesting. We have one integral, 2x minus 1 we have. Then we have one cos here. Then we have under root. Then we have 2x minus 1 whole square plus 5. Whole divided by under root 4x square minus 4x plus 6. Got it. The moment I see this 4x square minus 4x now, I thought, yeah, it looks like something. And here I got 2x minus 1 whole square also. So I thought if I separate this as 1 plus 5, this entire thing is nothing but 2x minus 1 whole square written, sir. Do you see that? It means, okay, sir, I understood. Now 2x minus 1 is here and cos of this is also here, root. So it means what we can do. And in the options I can see sine and all. I think this entire root, if I take as t, guys, please check. If I take this entire root as t, what happens? So root of 2x minus 1 whole square. See, cos I cannot substitute because sine is not there, right? So I'm just taking the root. And this entire root plus 5, whatever it is, I'm taking as t. So this will be 1 upon, or if you tell me, twice of under root 2x minus 1 whole square plus 5. That is the 1 by 2 root into derivative of inside, that is twice of 2x minus 1 whole into derivative of 2x, that is 2 into dx is equal to dt. So now let's see the question properly. All of you check. Sir, cos of this, if I take as t, you are saying this denominator is happened, it looks like, okay, again I'm writing here, if you see, sir, 2x minus 1 into cos of root 2x minus 1 whole square plus 5 divided by, we have under root of 2x minus 1 whole square plus 5. Clear, beta? So now, sir, but here 1, 2, but these two are getting cancelled. Yes, 1, 2 is here, dx is here, 2x minus 1 is here, and this root is here. So this 2x minus 1, this root along with dx will be gone, correct? And this 2 is left, only this 2 is left. So can I take this 2 on that side? Yes. So I think, sir, it will happen to become half of integral. This is gone, dx is gone, and cos of t dt. Is it a lollipop integration? So half of sine t plus c. What is your t? You can see very clearly that t was your, I think, root 2x minus 1 whole square. So half of sine of root 2x minus 1 whole square plus 5 beta. So I think d should be your correct answer. Very simple question. Yes or no? Great. Okay, so next question says what? Next question says if the functions defined as fx as root x and gx as this, then what is the common domain of the following functions? So they are saying common domain of f plus g. What is f plus g? F plus g means fx plus gx. You should understand. See, they have given the notation. Whenever they say na f plus g of x, so this is just a notation. This is not a different it's not a different function. This is just the notation of writing fx plus gx so that you can write this directly. Okay. It means they are saying for functions like fx plus gx, if I ask you what is the domain of this, only domain of this, if we ask you, will you not say as a domain means what? So this should be positive, correct? And 1 minus x should also be positive, correct? Now, both have to happen together. So if you check carefully, beta, you are getting the domain as x greater than equal to 0, less than equal to 1. So, but by looking at this, I think if you click C, your answer will be wrong. Why, sir? Because you just focused on only one function that they said. Sir, f, they are talking about what is the common domain for f plus g, f minus g. F minus g is also same. So same domain will come for f minus g. But what about other functions? They said g minus f also, but g minus f will also have the same domain, sir. Yes. But what about fx by gx? That is f by g. If I put fx by gx, do you see root x by root of 1 minus x? This time x equal to 1 will create problem. Yes or no? It will become undefined. Means, sir, we cannot have this x equal to 1 in the domain actually, because they are talking about common domain for all these functions. So f by g or g by f, both cases. Do you agree? So I think you can see very clearly, sir, x not equal to 0 also. It means in the final answer, sir, answer should be x belongs to 0 to 1 open interval, because 0 and 1 will be rejected for these two functions because they said for all the functions the common domain. Clear? So answer should be what? I think without any equality, I think the only option is D for donkey again. Great, beta. So I think you're enjoying. I hope you're enjoying. Let's go ahead. Okay. Now what says? That's a very common, beautiful question. It says the sum of all 4-digit distinct numbers that can be formed with the digits 1, 2, 2, 3. Means 1, 2, 2, 3. If I go on permuting them, what will be the sum of digits? Correct. Correct, sir. So 1, 2, 2, 3. If you see, beta, like it's a 4-digit number, right? So ones, tens, hundreds, thousand. So 3. So if you break this, actually, if I ask you what is how the value is coming, you will say, sir, 1 into 10 cube plus 2 into 10 square plus 2 into 10 plus 1 into 3. It means, sir, every place is occupied by each digit. Like 1, 2, 2, 3 here. But sir, if I shuffle them, 3, 1, 2, 2, same thing will happen, sir. But this time the shuffling will happen. Correct? It means, okay, it means, sir, they will occupy again, but in a different way. But sir, this 10 cube, 10 square, 10 and 1, they will keep on coming. It means we just need to see how many times they are coming. Correct? Because that many number of times you will be adding 10 cube. But sir, along with 10 cube, this one will also change. So this 10 cube will get a chance with 1, then 3, then 2. I will not repeat 2. Correct? Because same thing will get counted. Yes. Okay. So same chance will get for 2 also. I mean 10 square also, because 2, then 1, then 3. Right? Like this. Then for 10 also, then for 1 also. Clear? Okay, sir. Got it. So now, if we see, so basically, but the point is, how many times they're coming? If you say, sir, 10 cube, sorry, if you say, let me not use this ink. If we say 10 cube plus 10 square plus 10 plus 1, if we just say this, correct? And sir, so this 10 cube is coming with 1 also, same 10 cube is coming with 3 also, same 10 cube is coming with 2 also, correct? So I will not repeat the other 2, because if you repeat the other 2, the same thing will repeat, correct? So should we add like this, 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 3? Because this 1 is coming with 10 cube, 2 is also coming, the next 2 will again come once, then this 3 will again come once. Correct. But if you see, so this 1, 2, 2, 3 is coming, that is correct. But when I'm taking this 1, I'm not shuffling these 3. They will shuffle among each other, no? Do you agree or not? Because for this fixed 1, I can keep this 1 as fixed here, and I can still take this 2 again here. Correct now? Plus this 2 again here. Plus, sir, this 3. But sir, we are getting the same number, correct? So that will not be counted if we shuffle. But others, if we shuffle, then it will get counted now. Like if I take this 3 here, beta, if I take this 3 here, and if I take this 2 here, there's a new number now. It means with keeping 1 fixed at 10 cube, all these 3 can shuffle among each other. And every time 10 cube will have 1. Similarly, every time 10 cube will have 3, where 1, 2, 2 will shuffle among themselves. Do you agree? Okay, sir. So now what we can do, so sir, this is the sum of all the ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, and this is the digits that are coming, correct? So you can see, so basically what we are saying is when 1 comes here, when 1 will get multiplied here, once it will happen that when 1 is multiplied here, this 2 will get multiplied here. This 2 will also get multiplied here, and this 3 will also get multiplied here. Correct? Are you getting? Okay. So now, let's see. So now when this particular digit is filled with 1 here, so when 1 is taking the place of 10 cube, how many times these 3 people are coming? If you see, you will say, sir, I think they are coming like 2, 2, 3. They can shuffle among themselves in 3 factorial by 2 factorial because of repetition. Correct or no? So I think answer will be 3 ways. Clear? Are you getting on? Yes, correct. So similarly, sir, if 3 comes here, then also among them they will shuffle. This 2 to 1 will shuffle in 3 ways. Correct. But sir, you will say when this 2 will come, sir, they will not shuffle in 3 ways. Are you getting? Because we have 1, 2, 3. So they will shuffle in 3 factorial. There is 6 ways. Correct? 6 ways. But I will say, okay, that's fine. But the same 2, when you are taking, the same 2 will come. The other 2 will also come here. No? Are you getting? So when the other 2 comes here, because when you are taking this 2, you don't know which 2 it is. So when you say 6 ways, correct? So same 2 will also count those 6 ways, correct? So eventually you will get 3 ways effectively, because that counting will be doubled. Clear? So in that case, we have 3 effective ways for all of them. Where they will, well, where one particular number comes here, remaining 3 will move in this way. Like if you are having some doubt now, what you do is better first you take different numbers. Let's say if it was 1, 2, 3, 4 beta. So now when 1 is coming here, for every number 1 here, this 2, 3, 4 can shuffle in 3 factorial ways, that is 6 ways. But then again when 2 will come here, because when we are multiplying now, we are considering all the cases. When 1 will get multiplied here, then once 2 will get multiplied here. So 6 ways for all. That's why we, like, when if all 4 were different, we would have multiplied with 6. But this time we have to divide by 2. Why? Because of this repetition. Because same 3 is for all of them. Hence, your answer will be 10 cube, 10 square, 10 plus 1 will be, I think, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4 ones into this. If you add, you will get as 8 into the remaining part will be 3. So I think if you multiply 24 times 1, 1, 1, 1, I think you will be getting, yes, this is what you will be getting. 2, 6, 6, 6, 4. Okay, okay. So let's go to the next question. Next question says what? A vector A has components 3p and 1 with respect to a rectangular Cartesian system. So there is a vector. Okay. Okay, so got it. Let's say this is my vector A. They're saying, so it has 2 components. Obviously, rectangular Cartesian system means what? Like we're talking about x and y axis, which are always perpendicular. Rectangular means they're perpendicular. Okay. So if this is x and this is y, so if I drop this perpendicular, so this particular part should be 3p, correct? And this should be 1. So okay, sir. So can we write this entire vector as 3pi plus j cap? Yes, sir. We can. Clear? Now they're saying, okay, if that you have done, then saying this system is rotated through a certain angle about the origin. Means you rotate this to another angle. Let's say you take it here. So this vector will go now. Entire system you have rotated. Are you getting? So this, if you have rotated this, what will happen? So if I rotate this by theta, this will also rotate by theta now. Are you getting, guys? So I think somewhere x, your new x new will go here, and this will be theta. Clear? New y will go here. Correct? Yes, sir. They're saying if with respect to the new system means new, like if I talk about with respect to the new system, what I will get? You will say, no, sir, with respect to new system, I will get p plus 1 times I plus root 10 times j. Because in the new system, this is your new x. This I is new basically, not the same I. Okay, it is rotated. Correct? So basically, yes. Okay, sir, got it. So that's, you can call this new. But then they are saying what is P. So in this whole system, if you see, if you just see what is that one thing which has not changed, what is that one thing, sir, that has not changed in that particular system? I think, sir, you will say, sir, I think the components has changed, correct? Because this component has changed. This is your new vector, so this has changed, correct? And this was my original vector, so this is also changed. Like the x components has changed to another angle. So the only thing that has not changed is the magnitude of A. That is, can we say A old whole mod is equal to A vector new whole mod? Because the magnitudes has not changed, correct? And they are rectangular, means I can still use this as what? Under root 3p whole square plus 1 is equal to p plus 1 whole square plus root 10 whole square, that is 10 under root. So I think if we use this directly, we get the value of p. Yes or no, beta? So I think 9p square plus 1 will be equal to p square plus 2p plus 1 plus 10 is 11. So I think it's coming out to be 8p square minus 2p minus 10 is equal to 0. I think that's correct. 8p square minus 2p minus, yes. So if we take something common, we think we get 4p square minus p minus 5 equal to 0. So very simple, 4p square minus 5p plus 4p beta. minus 5 equal to 0. So 4p minus 5 will come if I take p common, correct? Plus 1 into 4p minus 5. So I think from here you're getting p as minus 1 and you're getting p as 5 by 4. So 5 by 4 is it there? 4 by 5 is there? No, but p is minus 1. So I think they're saying then a value of p is equal to. So I think D should be your correct answer. Getting, guys? Yes. Okay. Next question. What does it say? Next question says, given that the ITF inverse trigo functions take principal values only, then the number of real values of x which satisfies this equation is equal to what? So now you can see both the parts of the equation, sine inverse 3x upon 5 plus sine inverse 4x by 5. This side there is no constant value as an angle, or everything is expressed in terms of x. I think one by hit and run, I think we can see one solution is very simple, x equal to 0 is a solution. But they're asking for number of solutions, so we cannot do like this, correct? We can also, I think one is very simple, one more solution we can see by putting x equal to 1, correct? If you put x equal to 1, this will be sine inverse 3 by 5, this is sine inverse 4 by 5, there is cos inverse 3 by 5. So both will be equal to pi by 2 and this will also be a solution. So I think by hit and run also very simple. We can say x equal to 0 is a solution, x equal to 1 is a solution, and if x equal to 1 is a solution, x equal to minus 1 will also be a solution. Why, sir? Because minus will take common. So I think your answer directly you can do it in the exam like this. So answer will be B, correct? But obviously I'll not show you only this method, but this is something that you can do by observation directly, okay, very easily in 10 seconds, 15 seconds, if you just watch carefully, okay, because angles are written in 3 by 5, 4 by 5, okay. But generally how to do it? So we'll be using formula for inverse, because or else we cannot directly we cannot find out the values, right? Because x, so basically we'll form an equation beta where I'll be having x and then finding x. So sine inverse a plus sine inverse b will be using, that is equal to sine inverse a under root 1 minus b square plus b under root 1 minus a square. So a is 3x by 5 into under root 1 minus how much? 1 minus b square will be 16x square by 25, correct? Plus 4x by 5 under root 1 minus a square, that is 9x square by 25. So I think you can see very clearly the right hand side is sine inverse x, and it's a 1-1 function as well as increasing function. It means sine inverse a equal to sine inverse b will happen only if a is equal to b. Means I just need to solve this now. So I think you can see very clearly 3x times 25 minus 16x square divided by root of 25 is 5, 5 is 25, clear? Yes. Plus 4x times 25 minus 9x square whole divided by 5, 5 is 25, that is equal to x on the right hand side. Then what, sir? Obviously then what? Just I think you can see from here, sir, x equal to 0 is a solution, so can we cancel? Yes, we can, because x equal to 0 satisfies this, so no issues, right? So we can cancel. If we cancel, what we are left out with? Okay, let's see. So 3 times under root 25 minus 16x square. Guys, I've taken LCM multiplied, okay? So I think it will be 25 minus 4 times root 25 minus 9x square. Okay, so now we'll square it both sides. If we square beta, what we get? So 3 square is 9 times 25 minus 16x square. That is equal to 25 square, because a minus b whole square will be applied. So 625 plus 4 square is 16 times 25 minus 9x square minus 2 into a into b, that is 200 under root how much? 25 minus 9x square. You might be getting worried, sir, such a big calculation. No, if you see, watch carefully, but this 9 times 16 is getting cancelled. Do you see that? So 9 times 25 is 225, I think. Yes, is equal to 625, correct beta? Plus 16 times 25 if you do, it's 400 minus 200 root 25 minus 9x square. So if you watch carefully, I think it is 225 minus on the right hand side 625 minus 225 is 400, 400, 400, how much? 800. So but I think 800 on the right hand side. If I take it to the left hand side, it's at 200 times under root 25 minus 9x square. Guys, 200s are gone, it is 4. If I square both sides, what will happen? It will be 16 here, and left hand side will be square, will be gone, correct? So I'm just rubbing this one step. So do you see, sir? I think it is very easy now. Yes or no? Now it has become very easy, sir. But I gave you by observation only, you can see, okay. So finally, I think we are getting 25 minus 9x square as 16. So 9x square will be, I think that 25 minus 16 is 9. So x square comes out to be how much? 1. Hence, as I told you, beta, plus minus 1 and 0. 0 was the earlier solution that we cancelled by cancellation of both sides. Yes. and x equal to plus minus 1. So final answer should be B for Buffalo. 3 solutions. So I hope you got it. Okay, guys. Let's move ahead. Okay, so now comes our questions in 3D. Guys, some of the calculation part I'll be leaving up to you as much as possible. I'll be doing. Okay, many calculation parts are very simple. Okay, just to do like you understand, no? But as much as possible, I'll always be doing. Okay, for you. Okay, sir. They are saying, but definitely concept will be crystal clear. So they are saying if the foot of the perpendicular from a point is okay on the line this. So L1 is given a line, sir. So I'm writing your L1 beta for everybody. X minus A by L equal to Y minus 2 by 3 equal to Z minus B by 4. Okay. So they are saying foot of perpendicular from a point 438. If I drop a perpendicular from a point, so this point is 357. Okay, sir, got it. Then the shortest distance between the line L1 and L2. So L2's everything is given. It means for shortest distance, as you know, we take the determinant and we put it to 0. Sorry, for shortest distance, for condition of coplanarity, we take the shortest distance and put it to 0. But for skew lines, the shortest distance always exists. So we take the determinant and then we find it correct. But sir, now this line is given. It means the only job is to find out L, A, and B. So that I find out this line and it is done. Okay, sir. So don't you think, sir, I think we have the direction ratios of a vector parallel to this line as L, 3, 4. And this is perpendicular. Hence, direction ratios for this line PQ, let's say we call this PQ. If I take the product with this, that should be 0. Yes or no? So don't you think, sir, I think PQ should be written first. Yes or no? So PQ will be how much, guys? 4, 3, 8 and 3, 5, 7. So 4 minus 3 is 1. 3 minus 5 is minus 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. PQ we got, sir. Then if we multiply, what will happen, sir? L into 1, correct? Minus, like 2 into 3, that is minus 6. Something. Oh, that's what I was thinking. What happened? Yes. 8 minus 7 is 1. So 1 into 4 is plus 4, I think. Yes or no? Equal to this. So, sir, I think L is, we got S2. Yes. So once we got L as 2, how can we find out A and B, sir? So very simple. This point lies on the line or not? Yes. So will it satisfy the equation of the line? 110%. It means, sir, X minus A upon L is 2 will be equal to Y is 5. You can see 5 minus 2 by 3. See, this part is known is equal to Z minus B by 4. It means, sir, my job is done. Once I will compare this and I will compare this and then question is over. Okay, sorry, X we have not put now. X obviously. So X is 3 minus A, Z is 7 minus B. Okay. So beta, do you see, sir, this is 5 minus 2 by 3. So 3 minus A by 2 becomes equal to 3 by 3, that is 1. So I think A comes out to be 2, 3 minus 2 is A is 1. Clear? Similarly, beta, if we see, we get 7 minus B by 4 is equal to 1. So B comes out to be 3. If you watch carefully, B comes out to be 3. So sir, once we get A, once we get B, now and we get L also. So do we see? So let's write the two lines together. So A is 1, B is 3. No? So do you see X minus 1 by L was 2 equal to Y minus, I think Y minus 2 by 3. Y minus 2 by 3 equal to Z minus B. Z minus B. B is 3. No? B is 3. Z minus B by 4. So this is my line L1. Okay. So what was L2? But X minus 2 by 3, Y minus 4 by 4. So X minus 2 by 3 and Y minus 4 by 4 is equal to Z minus 5 by 5. Z minus 5 by 5. So these are the two lines, beta, which are very simple now. I think you know this, right? So skew lines have the shortest distance always as what? A1 minus A2, correct? Dot B1 cross B2, beta. Always remember, divided by their mod. Divided by their mod. Okay. It means, sir, we have to find out B1 cross B2 for sure. Yes or no? Yes. So B1 cross B2 we have to find out. So for this I, J, K, what is B1? B1 is this 2, 3, 4. Please put 2, 3, 4. Yes. And then it is 3, 4, 5. So I times how much? I think 15 minus 16 minus J times how much? I think 10 minus 12. Correct or no, guys? Minus J times 10 minus 12. Yes. Plus K times how much, sir? So K times, it will be K times 4 to the 8 minus 9. Okay, got it. So it will be, sir, minus I, guys, minus, this is minus 2. So I think plus 2J minus K cap. That is your B1 cross B2 vector. Okay. That is your B1 cross B2 vector. Okay, so then this, if I divide by mod of this, what I will get. So this is your B1 cross B2. So here I'm directly using beta distance. So A1 minus A2. Okay, first let's find out A1 minus A2 also if you want. So what is A1? Very simple. A1 is this vectors, correct? So 1 minus 2 is how much? Minus I. Correct. Then 2 minus 4 is how much? Minus 2j. Then 3 minus 5 is how much? Minus 2k. That is A1 minus A2 we got. So simple. So minus I. Okay, just 1 second. So minus I minus 2j minus 2k whole into what? Whole into B1 cross B2 by mod of this. Means, sir, I think minus of I plus 2j minus k divided by mod will be under root. 1 square plus 2 square. There is 4 plus 1 square. There is 6. So guys, let's see the distance. Obviously, later on you can take the modulus for this. Okay, if it comes out to be negative. So I think, sir, if we multiply minus 1 is plus 1, minus 2 plus 2 is minus 4, minus 2, and then minus 1 is plus 2, I think. Yes or no? Divided by root 6. Yes. So finally, I got minus 1 by root 6. But for distance, we can take the modulus and we call this as 1 upon root 6. So guys, 1 upon root 6, is it here? Yes, sir. I think it is here, sir. Got it. Great. Okay, next question. For the 4 circles M and OP, beta, 4 circles are written in front of you. You can see very clearly. Okay, so shall we draw the circles, sir? Shall we draw the circles? Yes. They're saying for 4 circles M and OP, 4 equations are given. Okay. First, let's draw the first circle. Sir, x square plus y square equal to 1 means center will be this. Okay, but one thing, I did not draw the entire circle because they're saying something. If the center of circle M, that is first circle, is joined with center of circle N. So what is N? N is the second circle. Second circle center will be how much? Please check, all of you. So center will be 1, 0. Sir. Yes. This is 0, 0. Okay. Okay, but next. For the center of circle N is joined with center of circle O. What is O, sir? Next circle. I think you can see, sir, center is 1, 1. So 1, 1 means I think it will go up like this. Correct. Then they are saying center, yes, center of circle O is joined with the center of circle P. P is the last circle. X square plus y square minus 2y. So I think you can see center will be 0, 1 this time. Correct. They are saying if we join them together like this, and then obviously, finally I'll bring it down. Correct. So M is joined. Finally P. This is P. This is M. Okay, beta. This is N and this is O. So M with N, N with O, O with P, and then P with M. We get a figure. They are saying these lines form the sides of a what? Come on, tell me. Is it a tough question or what? Sir, all like 4 sides are equal. Hence, initially it will be a rhombus, but these angles are 90. Hence, it cannot be a rhombus. It will become a special case of a rhombus that is a square. So I think B for donkey is your correct answer. Next question, beta, integration, definite integral. Okay, let's do. Sir, next question says what? Next question says 0 to 10 we are taking. Okay, beta? Yes. And box x, that is gradation of x, e to the power box x, whole divided by e to the power x minus 1. Clear, everybody? Got it. But the moment you see this, you understand, sir, box x will give different integers between different intervals, correct? It means, sir, maybe I have to break this integral from 0 to 10. Yes, you are right. Absolutely correct. So if we start with 0 to 1 beta, first break if you give, box x becomes 0. So this becomes 0, e to the power 0. Anyway, this will become 0. So we are not paying attention here. So the next part will be from 1 to 2. But for 1 to 2, so box x becomes 1, e to the power 1 upon e to the power x minus 1. Correct? Next part becomes 2 to 3. If you pay attention, 2 to 3, yes. And this box x will become, sir, when x is lying between 2 and 3 beta, box x becomes 2 now. This becomes twice e to the power 2 divided by e to the power x minus 1. Do you agree with me? Yes, sir. So it will go on like this, sir, up to from 9 to 10 will be the last interval. So box x will be 9 e to the power 9 divided by e to the power x minus 1. So now the problem is how to handle this. One thing is you go by the dumbest method that, sir, I will integrate everything part by part. No, better no. Obviously you understand, sir, this is very dangerous. It will take my whole time, at least 10 minutes, 20, 15 minutes it will take. Correct. We cannot do that. So what else we can do, sir, if terms are coming like this? The only thing that we can see here is, if you see beta, the difference between the limits is 1. So can we take advantage of that? You will say, sir, how? Can we apply, should we apply kings or what? No, if we apply kings, numbers are different because some are different. Some is 3 here, some is 5 here. Next, some will change to 7. Correct. King will not help. So what I am doing here, please see. So I'll show for the first, second, and the third one, because I mean, when the last one, Every time I will not show because you will see the pattern very easily. So sir, from 1 to 2, all of you pay attention. E into by e power x minus 1, I'm writing as e power 1 minus x. I hope that makes sense. This integral, the second integral, first was 0. The second integral, I'm trying to re-evaluate this. As you know, sir, using a shortcut of subtraction of input and limits, if you remember, correct? If I change the limits, if I reduce the limits by 1 in both the limits, this will become 0 to 1, correct? E is a constant, but if you reduce the limits by 1, you have to increase the input by 1. 1 minus x becomes x plus 1. This happens to be E as a constant outside, 0 to 1. If you please check what you get. 1 minus x minus 1. There is we get e power minus x, and E is a constant outside. So this becomes quite like easier than the previous case. Correct? Okay. Are you getting? Okay. So the next part is, sir, the next integral was from 2 to 3, and twice e square was there, and e to the power 1 minus x. Correct? Okay. So same, this 2e square we are taking out. And again, same, gap is 1, so we're reducing now. This time, gap is 1. So our job, like our agenda or our main aim is to create 0 to 1. It means now I have to reduce this by 2. This will become 0 to 1. And if I reduce this by 2, I have to increase this by 2. So this will be e to the power 1 minus x will change to x plus 2. If you check carefully, twice of 0 to 1, this will be e to the power 1 minus x minus 2. That is how much? So sir, I think it will be e to the power minus x into e to the power minus 1. Correct? And one e square was also there. Yes. So if you watch carefully, it will be coming out to be e power minus 1 plus 2. That is e power 1. That is twice e. And again, we got 0 to 1, e to the power minus x. Okay, sir. It means the first integral has been converted into e times 0 to 1 e power minus x. Next integral has been converted to twice of e times 0 to 1 e power minus x. So the only thing that is left for us to see is, so this part I am removing beta. So I hope you got the point. So sir, it will go on like this. Let's check whether it is working in the last integral or not. Correct? The last integral would have been what? This was this was from 9 to 10. Correct? And then we had 9 e power 9 by how much? E to the power x minus 1. So I hope you can see, sir, if I want to make this 0 to 1, I have to reduce this by 9. This will become 0 to 1. 9 e power 9 into e to the power x minus 1 becomes 1 minus x. But if I reduce this by 9, I have to increase x by 9. Do you all agree? If you watch carefully, sir, 9 will come out e power 9, 0 to 1, e power 9 into e to the power. Please check. 1 minus x minus 9, that is minus 8 into e to the power minus x. So finally, did you find the pattern? So 9 times e is coming out for the last term, 0 to 1 e power minus x. It means now, if I write here, the entire integral happens to be what? So the first term was 0. So the next term is coming out as 0 to 1. Correct? 0 to 1 e to the power minus x. Then same, twice of e, 0 to 1 e to the power minus x. If we are going like this, the last term is coming out to be 9 times e, 0 to 1 e to the power minus x. So very easily now can we solve this beta? Everybody tell me. I think you will understand, sir. Now it is very simple, sir, because e power minus x is common, correct? So do you see, sir, I think e power minus x from 0 to 1, and we have a constant e plus 2e up to 9e, which will happen to be e outside, and 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 9 will happen to be 45. Please check. And if I'm taking integral with e power minus x, correct? Minus from 0 to 1. Are you getting? So I think it will be 45 times e. If you take the minus common, I think it will be how much? E power 0. Yes, there is 1 minus 1 by e. Yes. So finally we get how much? E cancel. So 45 times e minus 1. Because e will get cancelled, but I think d for donkey is again the correct answers. Okay. Yes. Next question. Least value of mod z where complex number this satisfies this inequality. Very simple. Exponential means e to the power mod z plus 3 whole times mod z minus 1 whole divided by mod of mod z plus 1. Come on, there is no sense to put mod again on mod z plus 1 because mod z plus 1 is anyway positive, right? It's a real number, so that will be exactly equal to the same thing. Okay. Into log of 2 base e greater than equal to log of base is root 2 beta and mod of this. So mod of this I'm directly writing beta 5 root 7 whole square, sir, plus 9 square under root. Correct now? Got it, sir. So now what to do, sir? One thing is, sir, can we remove this e? Answer is yes. How? Log of 2 base e, na, can I take it to the power of 2? Yes. So if you take it, it will become 2 to the power mod z plus 3 whole into mod z minus 1 whole divided by mod z plus 1 greater than equal to log of root 2. This will be 5 root 7 whole square. If you take it, how much? I think 25 times 7 is how much? 25 times 7, 25 times 7 is 175. Yes. Plus this is 81. Clear? So this, sir, what to do with this mod z? Wait a minute. Let's see. Can for simplicity, I'm writing t as mod z. So t plus 3 into t minus 1 by t plus 1. Okay. So now the right hand side, we are focusing on making it into in the power of 2. I think you can see here how much it is coming. 256. So this will be 256 base root 2. So I'm trying to write this 256 as root 2. If you see, this is 256 is 2 to the power, I think it's 8. So it'll be root 2 to the power 16. Do you all agree with me? So 2 to the power 8 is 60. Yes, so this 16 will come out and log of root 2 base root 2 will be gone. So I think 2 to the power t plus 2 to the power t plus 3 into t minus 1 divided by t plus 1 beta greater than equal to 2 to the power, sorry, this is, yes, so I hope you're getting the log of root 2 base root 2 will be gone and 16 will come out, so I can write this as 4, correct? So finally what we need is t plus 3 into how much? T minus 1 greater than equal to 4 times t plus 4. So if we multiply t square minus t plus 3t minus how much? So t square minus t plus 3t minus 3, correct? Minus 4t minus 4 greater than equal to 0. So finally what we got with that? T square. So sir, I think we got minus 4t minus t is minus 5t plus 3t is minus 2t, correct? And then I think we got something, any mistake happened or what? Okay, let's check. T square minus 2t is coming. No, t square minus 2t. Okay, that's why the mistake is it. No. Is it coming? It's correct or no? 4t plus 1 is correct only, no? Log of this is how much? 256. 256 is 2 to the power 8. 9 is 512. 2 to the power 8 will become root to the power 16. 2 to the power 8 is root 2. Yes. Come to 2 power 4. So this would be t plus 3 by into t minus 1 by t plus 1 greater than equal to 4 t plus 4. So 4t comes. So t square plus 3t minus t. T square minus t plus 3t is obvious. Minus 2t. It is coming out to be minus 7. I think some flaw has happened. Okay, let's see. E to the power log of 2 ways, so this is 2 to the power this. Yes, this is the flaw. Yeah, come on, this should not be then. This should not have been. Okay, no problem. Okay, but let's see, very issue, no issues. So we can write this as 2 to the power t plus 3 whole into t minus 1 divided by t plus 1. Okay, no problem. So this is root, right? Yes, root is there. That's what I was thinking. What happened? No issue. So log root 2. So this is 256. This is 256. If I take, I think 16 will come. Yes, one. 16 square is yes. I think 16 is coming. Yes. Now it is fine. So log of 16 base root 2 will be, yes, log of 16 base root 2 will be how much? 2 cube. Root 2 to the, no, yes. 2 to the root 2. Guys, you are getting a 16 is 2 power 4. So root 2 to the power 8. Okay. Base root 2. So now it is happening to be t plus 3 into t minus 1 whole divided by t plus 1. greater than equal to 8 will come. So 8. So this is in the power of 2. So I can write this as 2 cube. So now we can compare very easily. I think it's very simple now. Yes. So it will be t plus 3 beta, correct, into t minus 1, very simple, greater than equal to 3t plus 3, correct, because powers will be same. So now if we multiply t square plus 3t minus 3 will be plus 2t, correct. T square minus t plus 3, yes, minus 3 minus 3t minus 3 greater than equal to 0. So I think you will get t square minus t minus 6 greater than equal to 0. From here we will get t square minus 3t plus 2t minus 6 greater than equal to 0. So we get t into t minus 3. If I take t common, then we get t plus 2 also greater than equal to 0. So obviously sir, t will be greater than equal to 3 or t will be less than equal to minus 2. Obviously less than equal to minus 2 is not possible because t is mod z. Hence minimum value should be 3, sir. Do you all agree? Very easy beta. Okay, let's go to the next question. Okay, next question says very simple. Let f be a real valued function defined on this given by this. Then in which of the following intervals fx is increasing? Increasing means what, sir? Average should be greater than 0, no? Simple. Yes or no, beta? Okay, so basically we will just take derivative first and let's see what happens. So f dash x will be 3 by what? X minus 1 and x plus 1 will be here, correct? Minus 1 by x is how much? Minus 1 by x square. So plus 2 by x minus 1 whole square. But do you think it's enough? No. Sir, 3 by log, then who will take the derivative of this? Yes, derivative of this will also be there. So 3x plus 1 by x minus 1 whole into, sir, derivative of this u by v rule, it will be x plus 1 whole square. Derivative of first is 1 into x plus 1 minus derivative of second, that is 1 into first, x minus 1. Minus 1 is plus x minus 1 whole square, and 1 2 will be there, correct? Yes. So now I think you can see, sir, finally if we see f dash x, so f dash x happens to be 1 x plus 1 will get cancelled here. So you can see 3 into x plus 1 minus x plus 1 will become 2. 2 by x minus 1 into x plus 1 becomes x square minus 1, correct? Plus 2 by x minus 1 whole square. If you take LCM, you will see. So I think 3 was already here. Okay. And then along with 3, this 2 was there. So LCM, if we take x minus 1 whole square, and this is x minus 1 into x plus 1. So x minus 1 whole square whole into x plus 1. Correct? X minus 1 whole square into x minus 1. Okay. So this is x plus 1 into x minus 1. Okay. So if we just write this, it'll be better for understanding. This will be x minus 1 into x plus 1. So if we take x minus 1 whole square into x plus 1, that will be LCM. So what is left? X plus 1 we have taken x minus 1. So 1, 3 times through the 6 times x minus 1 will be taken. This is x plus 1. Okay. Yes. 6 times x plus 1 plus twice of x plus 1. So I think 6x minus 6 plus 2x plus 2 whole divided by x minus 1 whole square into x plus 1. Okay. So now what? 6x plus 2x is 8x minus 4 divided by x minus 1 whole square into x plus 1. So I think it is coming out to be how much? So I think wavy curve is the way out, right? So if I take 4 common, I get how much? 2x minus 1, and I get x minus 1 whole square, sir. Along with this, I get x plus 1, correct? So now wavy curve says what? So 3 points we can plot. One is minus 1, another is half, correct? Another is 1. So 1 will be not changing its sign, correct? At half, we will be changing its sign, yes. So f dash x is positive at minus infinity to minus 1, between half to 1, and then from 1 to infinity. So we can write the answer as x belongs to minus infinity to minus 1, correct? Minus 1 obviously open. Union beta, how much? Is half possible? Answer is yes. So half we can take closed. So half to infinity we can take minus discrete set 1 we can take. Yes, I think B is the correct answer. Yes, beta. Okay. So let's move ahead. Okay. So now we have a question, very simple question, just calculation part, nothing else is there. Okay, in this question, A, B, C are 3 points given and the line y equal to mx. So A, B, C, as you can see, 3 points, minus 1, comma 1. Let's say here. Another is 2, comma 0, 2, comma 0. Let's say here. Okay. And another is 3, comma 4. So 3, comma 4. Let's say here. Okay, beta. So if we join them like this. Okay, they're saying a line y equal to mx where m is positive intersects lines AC and BC at point P and Q. A line y equal to mx intersects AC and BC. What is C? This is C. This is B, I think. Yes, and this is A. They're saying AC and BC at points P and Q. So something like this. This is P. This is Q. Okay, this is the line. Okay, so this is line y equal to mx. Fine. Okay, then what? They're saying let A1 and A2 be the areas of triangle ABC and triangle PQC. So PQC is given, I mean, area is like something that we need to find out, and ABC point is given. So very easily we can find out area. So A1 is the area of triangle ABC. Area of triangle ABC. So I hope you know how to find out area. Half of x1, y1, 1, x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, and x3, y3, 1. That will be half of. So the points are any point you can take, correct? Doesn't really matter. So minus 1, 1, 1, 2, 0, 1, 3, 4, 1. So if you go through it, half of minus 1 into how much? 0 minus 4 minus 1 into how much? 2 minus 3 plus 1 into how much? 8 minus 0. Yes. So this happens to be half of 4 plus 1, because this minus 4 and minus 1 becomes plus 4, and then this becomes minus 1 plus 1 plus 8. So I think it is 8 plus 4, 4 plus 1 is 5 plus 8 is 13 by 2. 8 plus 4 is how much, beta? 12. Yes, correct. So the area of triangle ABC is 13 by 2. Now what they're saying, beta? Now they're saying A2 is the area of this PQC. So how will you find out PQC, sir? Very simple now. Sir, for PQC we need C. C is there. We need P and Q. But sir, this P and Q looks like what? It looks like intersection of the line y equal to mx with these two lines, correct? So the first thing is to find out those two lines, correct? So guys, let's get started. And then we'll be comparing and then find out a m. Very simple question. Okay, direct question. So only answer I am keeping for you guys. So 13 by 2 is 13 by 2 is my area of what? Triangle ABC. There is A1. A1 is 13 by 2. Okay, so got it. So now let's go to find out P and Q. So what is P and Q? But to find out P and Q, I think you need to understand, sir. I think we need to find out equation of BC, correct? So how to write down equation of BC? If you know, again we can use determinant, half of what? Half, like there is no point writing half because it will become 0. So this is x, y1, x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1. Nothing else in this question, okay? Nothing is there actually. Okay, so I'll be just writing it down, beta. Very simple. So once you get this now, so area of triangle, that will be equal to what? Area A2. A2 means what? All the points. So we got x and y. So 8 by 4 minus m. Okay. And 8m by 4 minus m and 1. Another point is 2 by m plus 1. Then 2m by m plus 1. Then 1. And the last point was what? If you remember. So last point was common. Remember now? So this was the point minus 1 comma 1. This one was the point 3 comma 4. And this one was C. This one. So according to our diagram, this line y equal to mx met here. So this was my Q, correct? This was my P, and this is my C. Clear? So I need this area. So for this, the third point is C number 201. Clear? So now if you calculate this, what will happen? It will be an expression in M, correct? And then you take A1. A1 you already got. A1 is the first area, na beta? Yes, so area we have calculated 13 by 2, and A2 you will get, once you put it, you will get M. Okay, so I'll leave it to you. Please do the calculation part, the last part. Okay, I hope that is clear for everybody. So let's check what the answer is coming. Answer M is coming out to be 1. Okay, please do it by yourself. Let's go to the next question, beta. So y is equal to yx is the solution of the differential equation dy by dx. So I think you can see very clearly, sir, this is LD, sir. Correct. So dy by dx plus this is px into y. So if directly we can find out as e to the power integral p dx. P means 10x into dx. So I think it will come out to be e log of sec x. Correct. Log mod sec x you can put, and finally we'll get sec x as if. So now our job is simple. Y into if, that is y into sec x, is equal to what? Integral qx. Who is your qx here? Sir, qx is my sin x again. Sin x into sec x into dx. So does it come out to be integral sin x by cos x, that is 10x dx? That will happen to be log of mod sec x, or log of sec x. That's it. That will happen to be log of sec x. Okay, so got it. So y times sec x is equal to log of mod sec x plus c. So obviously, sir, for c, I think this condition is given to us, y0 is equal to 0. Hence, so I think y0 0 means if x is 0, then y will be 0. So 0 into sec 0 is 1 is equal to, sec 0 is 1, so log 1 is 0, 0 plus c, that is c comes out to be 0. So very simple, sir, y times sec x is equal to log of sec x plus c. C has become 0, so this is my actual function, correct? So obviously very simple, y pi by 4 means what, sir? X pi by 4, if you put, what will happen? So y times root 2 is equal to log of how much? Root 2 is. Clear now? Okay, sir. So now y is equal to, can we write this as log of 2 to the power half and 1 by root 2? This root 2 I have shifted, so this half will come. So I think 1 by 2 root 2 and ln 2. So B for buffalo is your correct answer this time. Great, sir. Great. Next one, sir. The locus of the midpoint of the line segment joining the point this and the points on the ellipse this is an ellipse with eccentricity what? So they are saying what is the locus of, okay, they are not saying to find out the locus. They are saying if you find out the locus of the midpoint of the line segment which joins 4,3 and the points on the ellipse, you will get an ellipse. Please tell us what will be the eccentricity of that ellipse. So I hope, guys, you understood basically the part of the question. So basically, sir, one point is 4,3, sir. Okay, so one point is 4,3. And another point is lying on the ellipse. Which ellipse? This ellipse. It means x square by, sorry, plus 2y square is equal to 4. X square by 4 plus y square by 2 is equal to 1. So I think, sir, x equal to a cos theta, a is 2, so 2 cos theta, and y is equal to b sin theta, that is root 2 sin theta, are my, guys, they are my parametric coordinates, correct? Which I am joining with 4,3. So this is your 2 cos theta beta, comma, root 2 sin theta. Okay. So the midpoint that I am trying to find out, let's say we call it h and k. Okay. If we call it h and k, h will be 4 plus 2 cos theta divided by 2. K will be 3 plus root 2 sin theta divided by 2. Is it very clear or no? So once we get this, we need to find out the locus of h. Means what? How do we find out the locus? So now they're saying the locus is an ellipse, but we have to get to the ellipse now, or else how will I find out the eccentricity? So basically h and k, what we are going to do is, sir, this h and k we are going to find out cos theta and sin theta. Okay, and then what? We are going to eliminate theta. How? If we find out cos theta and sin theta separately alone on one side, can we just square and add them? Answer is yes. So do you see, sir? I think cos theta will be 2h minus 4 by 2 is your cos theta. Correct? If you want to cancel, you can cancel. H minus 2, I think you can cancel, right? Yes, is equal to cos theta. Similarly, from here, if you find out sin theta, it will be 2k minus 3 upon root 2. That is your sin theta. Correct, beta? So I think this is equation 1, this is equation 2. Just square and add them. What you get? Please check. If I square and add, I'll get h minus 2 whole square, beta. Plus, I get 2k minus 3 whole square by root 2 square, that is 2, is equal to 1. So is it an ellipse? Not now, because, sir, coefficient of x and y should be 1, 1 each. So h minus 2 whole square by 1 plus, if I take this 2 out, so what will happen? I'll get k minus 3 by 2 whole square. Correct? Yes, sir. And then 4 will be here. So this 4, if I take it down and I divide, so this is my ellipse now. Okay, sir, got it. So in this new ellipse, they told us we'll get an ellipse. You are supposed to tell what is E. So I hope you can see, sir, if I write down again x minus 2 whole square plus y minus 3 by 2 whole square divided by 1 by 2 is equal to 1. So I think you can see, sir, a square is 1 square and b square is half, correct? So e square is always 1 minus b square upon a square. That is 1 minus half by 1, that is half. So I think e should be equal to 1 upon root 2 beta, because e can't be negative, right? So I think c should be your correct options. Clear? So let's go to the next one. Okay, next question is a probability question, guys. Classical theory probability related question, I think so. Yes or no? Let's say what they're saying. They're saying let A denote the event that a 6-digit integer formed by 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 without repetitions is divisible by 3. Then the probability of an event A is. So basically they are saying A is an event that a 6-digit integer formed by this. Means, sir, we have integers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically we have 7 integers. And we want to create a 6-digit integer from those 7 integers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if you want to create a 7-digit integer, 6-digit integer using those 7 digits. Okay. So total number of cases, how to find out total number of cases? Sir, total number of cases, I have got 7 integers and I want to create a 6-digit integer. So I'll go to the first place. I'll try to fill it first. So can I use those 7 digits for the first place? Answer is no, because 0 is there. 0 if I put, it will create a 5-digit integer. So sir, for the first place, I have 6 options left. But when I go to the next place, can I put 0? Answer is yes. Means the only one digit that I have put here, it cannot go, like I cannot put that digit here, but remaining others I can put, because they have said without repetitions. It means of the next place, out of 7, 1 has gone here, 6 digits for this. And then if I go on like this, 5 for this, 4 for this, 3, 2, are you getting 6, 5, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, yeah, I think I have put more boxes now. Okay, 6 digit, nice. Yes, sir. So I think total number of ways will be 6 into 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 can also return as 6 factorial. So this is your total number of cases. But the favorable case is interesting. They are saying the number should be divisible by 3. Whenever this case comes, when they are saying number is divisible by 3, always see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you add all the sum, like all the digits, what are you getting? I think you're getting 21. Please check. From 0 to 6. It means sum of all the digits is anyway 21. So out of those 7, 6 I am putting in those boxes for 6-digit integers. It means, sir, 1 is left out from those 7. If the sum is 21, whichever I will leave out, whichever I will not select, if that is also divisible by 3, the remaining 6 will automatically be divisible by 3. It means, sir, I can only drop either 0, because then I can drop numbers which are only multiples of 3, or 3 or 6. So for favorable, it is not so simple. So case 1, when 0 is dropped. If I drop 0, so I have 6 numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So number of digits will be what? Very simple. I think 6 factorial. Yes or no, guys? It will be 6 factorial. Clear? Okay, so got it. 6 factorial because of I hope you're getting it. If you drop 0, you are left out with only from 1 to 6. So very simple. 6 boxes, 6 digits. Yes. Case 2, sir. If 3 is dropped, if I drop 3, if you have this doubt, if I drop something else other than 0, 3 and 6 beta, if you drop anything other than 0, 3 and 6, the remaining sum will never be divisible by 3. Why? Because this sum is divisible by 3. Okay, got it, sir. So if 3 is dropped, then what will happen, sir? If 3 is dropped, very simple. Like, sir, if I drop 3, so now I am left out with 0, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. So I'll go to this 6 places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll go to these 6 places. Once I go there, what I'm going to do is, sir, I'll go to the first place. 0 I cannot put, sir, so I'll fill it in 5 ways. Then 0 I can put in the next place. So again 5 ways. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Do you agree? So sir, I think answer will be 5 into 5 factorial when 3 is dropped. Clear? Case 3. Case 3 means, sir, when 6 is dropped. So if 6 is dropped, but 0 is still taken, it means what's the same kind of thing. This time I'll have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So again, I will go to the first place. I will not put 0. So 5 ways. But next place I can put 0, so another 5 ways. So 4, 3, 2, 1. All you can multiply. Correct? So I think, sir, again I will get same 5 into 5 factorial. So my final answer will be, favorable case will be 6 factorial. When 0 was dropped, remaining 6 was taken, plus 5 into 5 factorial, plus 5 into 5 factorial. Correct? Just now, this is the case when 3 was dropped. This is the case when 6 was dropped. Divided by how much? 6 into 6 factorial. I think that was the total, right? Yes. So how much? I think 6 factorial is how much? Beta? It's 720. Na? Plus this is 5 factorial, another 5. So 10 into 5 factorial. So 5 factorial is 120 into 10 is, I think, 1200, right? Divided by 6 into 720. Okay. If you calculate, I think you will get how much? 1920. This will be, I think, how much? 4320. So if you cancel 48, no, I think if you cancel 448, 46, 43, is it? Okay, if you just cancel, how much we're getting? 4 if we cancel. 4 fours are 16, 32, 48. Okay, got it. 4, I think 4 ones are 4. 32, no, 4 ones are 4. Then how much? 108, yes. I think 48. Yes, I think 12 fours are and 12 nines are. I think 4 by 9 is the correct answer. Let's check whether 4 by 9 is there. 4 by 9, yes, it is there. I think D for donkey again is the correct answer. Yes, sir, got it. Great. Next says, if arithmetic mean of two numbers A and B, where A, B are positive, is 5 times the geometric mean beta. It means, sir, arithmetic mean of two numbers means what? It means A plus B by 2. That is equal to 5 times the geometric means 5 times root AB. 5 times root AB. Okay, sir, got it. So A plus B can be written as 10 times root AB. Okay, this much information we got. Then they're asking, what is A plus B by A minus B? Okay. So A plus B is given. From here, how will I say what is A plus B by A minus B? So one thought could be, so let me try to find out what is A minus B. How again? So I think you remember identities, correct? So can we relate A plus B with A minus B? Yes. So A plus B whole square. So A plus B whole square, sir. So I think A plus B whole square is equal to A minus B whole square plus 4AB. So let's see if that works. So first of all, A plus B whole square, let me write, is equal to 100 times AB. Correct, beta? Yes. And A minus B whole square, that is equal to how much? That is equal to A plus B whole square minus 4 times AB. Clear? So 100 AB and A plus B whole square minus 4 AB. So A plus B whole square is 100 AB. So directly can we write 100 minus 4 times AB? How much we are getting? So I think, sir, we are getting 96 AB. So very simple, beta. So now A minus B happens to be under root 96 will be 16 times 6. That is 4 root 6 and then root AB. Clear? So I think it's very simple now. So A plus B was 10 root AB. So if I just divide, I will get what? A plus B by A minus B as 10 times root AB divided by how much? 4 root 6 root AB. So I think root AB cancel. 2 if we do 2 5s are, and 5 along with this 2, this root 6 is here, but I think answer is given a little different. 5 is there only in this option. So 5 root 6 by 12 means 5 by 2 root 6. So I need one root 6 in the numerator. So I multiply root 6 root 6. So denominator becomes 6 2s are 12 and numerator becomes 5 root 6. Very, very simple. A plus B by A minus B. Very simple Kolmogorov kind of question, guys. So I think yes, D for donkey again, sir. Yes. Next question. Again, a differential question, but I think so. Yes or no? Yes. Let fx and gx be two functions, sir. Okay. Such that f of x square plus g of 4 minus x equal to this. So they are relating. They have related g of 4 minus x and f of x square as this. And again, they are saying g of 4 minus x plus gx is 0. Okay. Then what is the integral of minus 4 to 4 f of x square? So that will be equal to how much? So twice of 0 to 4 f of x square. Why you did that, sir? Because in place of x, if I put minus x, it becomes even. So can I write this directly? Yes, sir. Now the moment I write this, now I want to find out the answer. Okay. But sir, now I cannot integrate directly because there is no information about f. But I think they are related something like this. Sir, f and g 4 minus x, if you relate, you will get hold of 4x cube, which is easily integrable. So can I write this as twice of 0 to 4 f of x square is 4x cube minus g of 4 minus x. Yes, sir. So I think, sir, guys, you can see, so if I separate 4 to are, or let's say 2 into 4, 0 to 4, x cube I'm separating, minus twice of 0 to 4, g of 4 minus x. Okay, sir, got it. So this is very easily integrable. Like how much? I think 2 into, you can see x power 4 by 4, and 1 4 was here, cancel from 0 to 4. Okay, we'll talk about it later, sir. This is what we are looking for. So this is what the integration we are looking. But minus of twice of 0 to 4, g of 4 minus x. What we are going to do about this? Because g of 4 minus x, we have no idea because g is not given. But sir, one more relation is given here where they are saying g of 4 minus x is related with g of x. And here I can see the limit also 0 to 4 minus 0 to 4. So and I can see 4 minus x. So somehow somewhere it is hinting me towards towards using kings. So let's see. So g of 4 minus x are basically that I am trying to integrate 0 to 4. Let's say I call it I1. So if we want to integrate this, can we write this as 0 to 4? G of 4 minus x can be written as, okay, sir. Maybe g of 4 minus x, we can write this as how much from here? Sir, minus of g of x. G of 4 minus x is minus of gx, no? Yes, dx. So from here, do you see, sir, I can be written as minus 0 to 4. If I apply kings, do I get g of 4 minus x? Okay. Yes. But sir, this I1, which we got as 0 to 4 minus of g of 4 minus x, this I1 itself is again minus of I1, no? Because this is what we started with. So I think you can see that 2I1 will be 0, hence I1 will be 0. Means this entire part beta will become 0. That is gone. So your answer should be what? X power 4 into 2, finished from 0 to 4. So I think 2 into 4 power 4, that is 16 square. 16 square into 2, 16 square is 256 into 2 should be 512. Yes, so. Yes. Okay, great. What is next question? Okay. Next question says, sir, let a line having direction ratios 1, minus 4 and 2 intersect. Sir, a line is there whose direction ratio is 1, minus 4 and 2. It is intersecting two lines. Okay. So guys, I think you can see very clearly. Sir, let's say I'm drawing two lines. Okay. Beta. And a line is here which is intersecting two lines at these 2 points. Let's say this is P. Points are not given. Okay. A and B are given. Okay. Fine. But this particular line who is intersecting is having direction ratios as 1, minus 4 and 2. Okay. Can you talk about this particular line? First line, this is L1. Okay. Yes, so this is L1, the first line. Okay. Okay, fine. So sir, can I assume a point? Let's assume a point on this line L1. Let's assume A on L1. Can we assume A on L1? Yes, why not? So I think you are getting x minus 7 by 3 is equal to y minus 1 by minus 1 is equal to z plus 2 by 1 is equal to lambda. So if you assume, do you see, sir, I think x comes out to be 3 lambda plus 7. Okay, directly I'm writing the point beta because of lack of time. Let me write down fast. So 3 lambda plus 7, then we have, I think, 1 minus lambda, yes, and then we have lambda minus 2. Correct, guys? Yes, sir. Similarly, can we assume another point on the other line? That is this. Yes. So that point will be B. So can we assume B directly as twice of mu, comma, 3 times mu plus 7 beta, comma, mu minus 0 or mu, whatever it is. So now if I ask you, can I write down direction ratios of AB beta? Can we write down direction ratios of AB? Answer is yes. So direction ratios of AB will be what? Very simple. What is there? Like this is first point, this is second point. First point, second point, correct. I mean, yes, for x, y. So I think direction ratios can be very simply written as how much? 3 lambda plus 7 minus twice mu, correct? And 1 minus lambda, or like same thing, minus, if you just subtract how much you're getting. I think 1 minus lambda minus 3 mu minus 7 is minus 6 minus lambda minus 3 mu, comma lambda minus 2 minus mu. These are the direction ratios of AB. AB is having the same, AB should have the same direction ratio, or in some way the same proportional ratio with 1 minus 4 2. It means what's the next what we should do? Next thing is very simple, guys. Next thing is like, it's so simple that we have done it so many times. It means the next step should be, sir, 3 lambda plus 7 minus 2 mu divided by this direction ratio 1. That should be equal to what? minus 6 minus lambda minus 3 mu divided by minus 4. That should be equal to lambda minus 2 minus mu by 2. It means what, sir? I will compare them and find out two equations in lambda and mu and then solve them to find out lambda and mu. Once we find out lambda and mu, guys, we'll find out the point and then use distance formula. That's it. Okay. So if you do it, 3 lambda plus 7 minus twice mu is equal to minus, if I'm taking common, lambda plus 3 mu plus 6 divided by 4. Okay, but multiply 12 lambda plus 7 for the 28 minus 8 mu. Lambda plus 3 mu plus 6. So one equation will get, I think, 11 lambda, correct? Minus 11 mu. Wow, nice, sir. I think it is going well. Yes or no? Because by looking at the thing, correct? 12 lambda minus lambda is 11 lambda, sir. Minus 8 mu minus 3 mu is minus 11 mu, sir. 28 minus 6, or like on this side is, okay, if I take it to that side, it will be minus of 22. So lambda minus mu comes out to be minus 2. Very simple. Correct, beta? I think it's fine, right? Yes. So the other equalities are obviously anything you can take. So again, sir, lambda plus 3 mu plus 6 I am taking, beta, divided by 4. Okay, I've taken the minus sign. Lambda plus 3 mu plus 6 by 4 is equal to how much? Lambda minus 2 minus mu upon 2. If you multiply, cross multiply, I think 2 and 4 will cancel. So 2. So lambda plus 3 mu plus 6 will be equal to 2 lambda minus 2 to the 4 minus 2 mu. Okay, so this minus 2 mu, if I take, or let's say this lambda, 2 lambda minus lambda is lambda, 2 mu, 3 mu is minus 5 mu on this side is equal to 10. 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, great. So I think we got two equations, sir. Very simply, beta. I think you got it. So, sir, if I subtract 1 minus 2, what will happen, sir? If I subtract 1 minus 2, lambda is gone, minus mu, minus plus 5 mu, I think 4 mu you will get is equal to minus 12. Correct or not? Lambda gone, minus mu plus, yes, 4 mu minus 2 minus 10 is minus 12. Mu is coming out to be minus 3. Okay, if mu is coming out to be minus 3, lambda plus 3 should be minus 2. Correct, mu is minus 3, no? Correct, totally. Correct, mu is minus 3. So it's plus 3 minus 5. So lambda is minus 5. So lambda minus 5, mu is minus 3. So guys, shall we write down the point? These questions are very easy once you crack it. Just the only thing that where you can get wrong is this part, the calculation part. Okay, beta? So be very sincere and very cautious about that. Okay. So lambda is minus 5, mu is minus 5. Again, we're writing the point, beta. What was your A? So A was our, I think, 3 lambda plus 7, right? So lambda is minus 5. So 3 into minus 5 plus 7, comma. 1 minus lambda means 1 plus 5, comma, lambda minus 2, that is minus 5 minus 2. B was how much? Twice mu, beta, that is minus 6, comma, 3 mu plus 7, minus 6, sorry. 2 into minus 3 is minus 6, 3 into minus 3 is minus, 3 into minus 3 is minus 9 plus 7 is minus 2. And then, how much? I think mu is minus 3, no? 1 into minus 3 is minus 3, correct. So I think we got A and B, sir. So then I think, guys, you can solve it now. Yes or no? So finally, okay, I'm writing this. This is, I think, minus 15 plus 7 is minus 8. Yes or no, guys? Sir, yes. Minus 8. 5 plus 1 is how much? 6. 5 plus 1 is 6, sir. And minus 5 minus 2 is minus 7. Correct. So AB square, tell me, is it difficult? So AB will be what? Under root. Minus 8 minus 6 is minus 2 whole square. 6 minus 2 is 8 whole square. Plus how much? Minus 7 minus 3 should be how much? Minus 4 whole square. Is it correct? I think so. Yes. 6 minus 2 is 8 whole square plus minus 7 minus is minus 4 whole square. So I think it's coming out to be under root. Okay, we're finding AB square, so we can take out that root. 4 plus 64 plus 16. How much? Is it 84? Arey bhai sahab. Arey, we have matched answers. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the question. Okay, but so next question again, same. So shortest distance between the line this is this, then what is A? Very simple question, again, same kind of question. So I think you can see very clearly, sir, A1 is my vector minus 1 plus 3k. So I will write down this as a point immediately. It will be minus 1, comma 0, comma 3. Okay, because I'm looking for x1, y1, z1. A2 is my another position vector minus j plus 2k. Corresponding point will be what? 0, minus 1, comma 2. So I got x1, y1, z1, I got x2, y2, z2. Then what I'm looking for? I'm looking for b1 vector. What is b1, sir? B1 is this vector, beta. So I think you can see I minus aj, sir. Correct. B2 vector is how much? B2 is I minus j plus k. Now job is very simple. They are saying shortest distance. I think you know this, sir. A1 minus A2 vector. Correct. Dot how much? B1 cross B2 by its mod. Very important. Okay. Is equal to how much? Root of 2 by 3. Just tell me what is left. Everything you can solve from here now. Okay. So A1 minus A2. Okay, I'm showing you. A1 minus A2 will be how much, sir? I think A1 minus A2 will be minus I. Yes. 0. A1 minus A2 will be how much? Okay. Plus j, and then 3 minus 2, right, plus k cap. That is your a1 minus a2 vector into, I into means dot b1 cross b2. So b1 cross b2 we have to find out now, cross. So I j k, sir. Then how much? I j k, I j k, I j k is 1 minus a 0, correct? 1 minus 0. Then 1 minus 1 1, b1 b2 we got. But sir, cross will be I into minus a. This part will be 0, minus j into how much? Tuck tuck. I think 1, correct, plus k into how much? K will be minus 1. K will be 1 into minus 1 is minus 1, minus a, that is plus a. Correct, beta? So I think, sir, we got minus ai minus j plus a minus 1 times k cap. Correct? Divided by under root, obviously, a square plus 1 plus a minus 1 whole square. Okay, beta? That will be equal to how much? Root of 2 by 3. Simple. So if we just multiply, now job is simple now. So I into I will just multiply how much? Minus a into minus 1 is giving you a. So I think giving you minus 1 plus giving you a minus 1. Clear? Okay, sir. So now, and we have under root a square plus 1 plus a minus 1 whole square is equal to square root of 2 by 3. So now if we just see the part. So now what to do, sir? Now simple now. Now why don't we just square it? Don't you think we should square it? Now it is 2a minus 1 or minus 2. 2a minus 2 now. So 2a minus 2 whole square if we're doing, that will be equal to 2 by 3 whole into how much? Square if you're doing. So 2a square you will get from here if you are getting with me. So a square plus 1 plus a square minus 2a plus 1 beta. Correct? So I think if you take 1 2 common, it will be 4 times a minus 1 whole square equal to 2 by 3 into a square is 2a square minus 2a plus, let's check, a square minus 2a plus 2. 1 2 I will take common from here, 1 2 from here. I think 1 4 will be gone. So a minus 1 whole square, 2 2 gone, only 3 is left. So I'll take this 3 on the left hand side here. 1 2 gone from here, 1 2 gone from here. Only a square minus a plus 1 will be left. So if you see 3a square minus 2a into 3 will be 6a plus 1 is equal to a square minus a plus 1. Let's see, beta, if we are going correct. Correct? I think we are going very, very correct, sir. So 1 1 gone, sir. What is left? 3a square, beta. 3a square minus a square is 2a square, sir. Minus 100 and how much we are getting? We're getting 5a or what? Equal to 0, is it? Oh yes, this is the mistake. One thing is very good, you know what? Once you keep these things, this will be plus 3 now. It's plus 1. So I think the 3a square minus a square is 2a square, sir. Correct? Minus 6a plus a should be minus 5a, sir. Plus 2, sir. Yes. Bingo, we got it, sir. I think, sir, now I think we can see it's very simple middle term. Yes or no? Yes or no? Sir, if we do it now, what will happen? 2a square minus 4a minus a plus 2 equal to 0. So very clearly, sir, 2a if I take common, a minus 2 minus 1 if I take common, a minus 2 equal to 0. Clear? So I think we got a as 2, sir, and a as half, sir. Yes, sir. So a equal to 2. I think they're looking for integer value. Yes or no? Yes, sir. So 2 half will get rejected. So let's see the answer, sir. Okay. बहुत ही बढ़िया. So guys, I hope you are with me. We are very close to the end of this session. So 1 by 16 A, B are in GP, sir. Three numbers, very simple, and these three numbers are in AP. Then they are saying, ask this means what? If they're GP, apply, what will happen? So three numbers in GP means what, sir? Middle number square should be equal to 1 by 16 times the like first and third. And if they are in AP, sir, what will happen? 2 by B will be equal to 1 by A plus 6. They're looking for A plus B. It means what? Try to find out A and B and then find out simple. So 2 by B here and B by 16 is here. So what we should do? Okay. So sir, if I take LCM 1 plus 6A on the right divided by A, and this is 2 by B. Okay. So if I just take reciprocal, B by 2 will be A by 6A plus 1. Do you agree? Yes, sir. A by 6A plus 1. Correct? Yes. So B by 2 will be A by 6A plus 1. Okay. So here A square is equal to B by 2 into 1 by 8. So 8 will be going in that side. Correct? Okay, so 8A square, can I use it? So A by 6A plus 1. Correct. Obviously, A cannot be 0 or else how they will be in GP? 1 by A will be undefined. So obviously, we can cancel 1A. Guys, do you see that or no? Correct now. So B by 2 we use it. A by 6A plus 1. So A gone. So I think you can see, sir, 8A. 1 is left here. No? 8A into 6A, if I multiply, will be 48A square plus 8A minus 1 equal to 0. So I think very clearly you can see 48A square, sir, that will be 12A minus 4A minus 1 equal to 0. So 12A, if I take common, that is 4A plus 1 minus 1, that is 4A plus 1. AB both are 0 means 4A plus 1 will give you 0 and give you A as negative, so it will reject it. So 12A minus 1 equal to 0, and hence A is 1 by 12, which is perfectly fine. Hence B will be how much, beta? B will be twice A by 6A plus 1. So if A is 1 by 12, twice of A will be how much? 2 into 1 by 12 divided by 6 into 1 by 12 plus 1. Okay, so finally I think we have 2, and then we have 6, then we have 6, and then we have 2. Correct. So finally what we have I think 1 by 6 divided by, sir, I think 1 by 2 plus 1 is 3 by 2. Correct, beta? So I think from here again I'm doing B is coming out to be 1 by 6 divided by 3 by 2. So 2, 3 cancel. So B is coming out to be 1 by 9. 1 by 9 is B. A is 1 by 12. So very, very simple. A plus B will be what, sir? Tell me. 1 by 9 plus 1 by 12. 12 and 9 can give you an LCM of 36. So 9 4s are 12 3s are. And they're looking for what? 72 times A plus B. So this A plus B into 72, if we are doing into 72, very simple, 36 twice. I think 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 to the 14. 14 should be your correct answer. Alright, sir. Got it. I think last question, sir. Yes. Let's see, is a vector beta perpendicular to the vectors? Okay, very quickly, let's do it. A is I plus j minus k. Okay, and B is also given as I plus 2j plus k. Okay, and C, yes, and C is a vector which is perpendicular to both the vectors. Means that C we can consider as lambda times A cross B. Clear, beta? Yes. So A cross B, if we find out, sir, I, j, k, 1, 1, minus 1, and 1, 2, 1. Clear? So A cross B, let's find out first. So I times how much? I think 1 minus 2, there is 1 plus 2. Minus J times how much? 1 minus 1, there is 1 plus 1. Plus K times how much? 2 minus 1. So finally we get 3I minus 2J plus K cap. This is your A cross B, beta. Okay. Hence, C comes out to be how much? Lambda times 3I minus 2J plus K cap. Okay, got it. Then what they're saying? They're saying, okay, if you got C, they're saying, what is this? This relationship is given as 8. So if you find out, it means that C dot this. So in place of C, if I put lambda times 3I minus 2J plus K cap into I plus J plus 3K will be 8. Okay. So this part I'm deleting beta because of space. So if we multiply beta, what we are getting? 3 times lambda into 3I 3 minus 2 into 1 is minus 2 plus 3 is equal to 8. So do you see from here? I think, sir, we get lambda into 3 plus 3, 6 minus 2 is 4 is equal to 8. So I think lambda is coming out to be how much? 2. So once lambda is coming out to be 2, what they're asking? You see what they're asking. They're asking to find out C dot A cross B, and C itself is lambda times A cross B. Means what? Sir, lambda times A cross B dot A cross B, if we are doing, that will be equal to lambda times A cross B vector whole square. So very simple. What is lambda? Lambda is 2, sir. And A cross B is this vector, sir. Correct? Square will be what? So, sir, 3 square plus 2 square plus 1. I think job is so simple. 2 into how much? 3 square is 9 plus 4 plus 1. That should be how much? 13 plus 1, 14. 2s are 28 beta. So, I think they're asking to find out C dot 8. So, I think lambda is coming out to be how much? 2. So, once lambda is coming out to be 2, what they're asking? So you see what they're asking. They're asking to find out C dot A cross B, and C itself is lambda times A cross B. Means what? Sir, lambda times A cross B dot A cross B, if we are doing, that will be equal to lambda times A cross B vector whole square. So very simple. What is lambda? Lambda is 2, sir. And A cross B is this vector, sir. Correct? Square will be what? So, sir, 3 square plus 2 square plus 1. I think job is so simple. 2 into how much? 3 square is 9 plus 4 plus 1. That should be how much? 13 plus 1, 14. 2s are 28 beta. So I think that's your correct answer. Yes. And with this, we finish up our solutions, but I hope you enjoy the solutions. Okay. Calculation part, you please be very cautious with the calculations, and I hope you enjoy the session. Okay. Thank you, and all the very best for your JEE Mains attempt 1. Thanks.